All right, what's good? Good morning, everybody. What's happening with you guys? We back at it on Monday morning. Black Fonz in the building. What's going on, man? Let me say what's up to all four people, all seven people in here, man. Let me go check this, hit this thing over here. Make sure y'all hit that like button as you guys come on in. All right, there we go. We got 10 likes and we only got 8 people. You know what? That's what's up. Yeah, somebody came in and went out, man. Hold on one second. There you go, bro. There you go. What is this? All right, cool. We got it. All righty. Come back over here. What's going on? Black Fonz in the building. The Don Falon, what's happening? Cadillac 634, good morning. Eric Horn in the building. What's going on, man? Good morning to you. Mass Arms, what's happening? It says Fanon. Michael Demps, we here, Fanon. What's going on, Mr. Demps? That was good chopping it up with you, man. Definitely good chopping it up with you. Dre H in the building. What's happening with you, sir? Asante L, what's good? Ernie V in the building. Top of the AM to you. Mr. L, LR in the building. What's going on, man? Adrian, good to see you this morning, man. The beard looking sharp as usual. Kareem in the building. What's going on, man? All suited up. Looking good, man. Patrick Bell, what's happening with you? Chris Brooks in the building. What's going on? Be easy, said Grand Risings, Martin. Blessings, not any alerts the last few days. Well, this alert, I came on really quick. I've been like real lazy. I've been terribly lazy, man, trying to dealing with a little burnout, man. Can't lie, man. Dealing with a little burnout. Cause love boxing, but got dog, man. Got dog. Everything's Terence Crawford, Errol Spence Jr., and it's a lot of foolishness. So seriously, so I got up this morning and I was like, man, got dog. I got dog. Like, what can I say, man? But hey, man, we here. We're gonna chop it up, man. Said I'm here to learn some more big words. Salute, OG. Hey, no worries, man. No worries, man. That is what's up, man. Keep it up. I'm sorry. What's going on? Junior from 919 in the building. What's going on, man? Got the picture of the graduation on there, man. Keeping up with the BT in the building. What's going on? Yes, sir. So Chris Brooks in the building. What's going on, man? I think you out here tripping on me, if I'm not correct. With PBC not offering Crawford any guaranteed money like all the other Spence fights, how do they even expect to make this fight? I don't believe it. I'm going to just continue to reiterate this. That is a rumor, and I do not believe it. Like, I don't believe it. It is unfathomable to me that he cannot get any upfront money for that fight. It's not fathomable. I don't. I will literally. What's going on, Aviator First? I will literally have to see it written down on the purses that they get. I have to see that before I believe that. I have to see it before I believe it. I'm telling you, I have to see it before I believe it. No joke. So when people ask me about that, I just don't even want to do it, man. I think they're framing this man for a duck. It's what it looks like to me. I saw the video. But Terence Crawford must have taken that tweet down. Because if somebody has that tweet where he says Errol's going to be remembered for ducking him, I don't see that tweet up. He must have taken that tweet down. Because my thought when I saw that was, because I didn't see the video, shout out to Blue Blood. I didn't see the video. I'm going to ask you guys before y'all say that. I get reminders for videos like everybody else. Michael Dim says Stephen Espinosa just came out saying negotiations are ongoing and not to believe everything you hear online. Yeah, I heard that, man. I mean, I heard it when he said that. That is very, very difficult for me to get my head around. Like, nothing? Nothing? Where would you get to that? Fahim said, Fanon, it's a very old tweet. Oh, okay. Okay. Because I was gonna say, where did that tweet come from? You know what I'm saying? Like, where did that come from? Hey man, what is going on, brother? Mahari, man, Abel, you got to come to the show on Saturdays. You got to come get on the panel on Saturdays, Abel. You got to do it for me, brother. You got to do it for me, man. You got to get on the panel with me on Sunday, man. On Saturday mornings. I'm probably not going to be able to do it for a little while on Saturdays. Probably going to be on Sundays while my son has these fall leagues, bro. So that's an old tweet. But Bray, you in the building. What's going on? He said, oh, Tony T said, between Floyd not being at his last fight and numerous digs, Tank is taking it Floyd. Are you sure they still even signed to Floyd? I don't think he is. I think he's signed with the PBC. And that Leonard Ellerbe is working with him. That's what I think it is. I don't think he's held down, but at the same time, when you say real old, can you guys, somebody give me a link to it so I know how old that is? Definitely, I'll reach out to you. Yeah, man, definitely, man. Just be there Saturday, man. On Saturday, because we have these panels, man. I would love to have you on the panel, man. There's some other cats I would like to, but I don't want to involve them in any type of drama. Mr. Infinity said, "What's good for non salute? Watching you this morning while I deliver these packages. That's what's up, man. Get that work in there, bro. It's a couple years old. It's a couple years old. Okay. Because I was like, that shit does not rhyme with just what these dudes were just saying. Like, I just heard something out of their camp where they literally said the exact opposite. The exact opposite. So I was like, what is going on? I was like, what's going on with them? Literally, dude, I just heard them say something the exact opposite from that. Tank finally came out and said he's free from Floyd. It's a small, great day for boxing. Dude, I think he's been free. Caesar T in the building said it's just PBC don't have the money right now. You have to look, you have to leverage and get loans, etc. Sorry, man, why am I reading it so terrible? I think Spence wins, but if you give Crawford the money he wants and Spence and Errol loses, PBC lost an investment. I don't know, man. I thought that the guaranteed money came from the network. I thought that's what I thought. But again, I could be wrong. Somebody can enlighten me, man. You know what I mean? Somebody can enlighten me on that one. Morning, Fanon. Man, that's old. Man, that's morning, Fanon. So disappointed that the fight can't be made, especially if Bud did take the smaller purse as reported. I mean, but look, here's the thing. Can we move on to the next fight, bro? That's it for me now. Can we move on to the next fight? No joke. Can we just move on to the next fight? Yeah, but he stamped it. What do you mean he stamped it? I don't know. What do you mean? Yeah, he stamped it. Who stamped what? And I don't mean to be funky with you. I'm just saying, what do you mean he stamped what? Santi, how can they not have the money but give boring ass Drugnello $40 million? Shake my head. Dude, if the money is coming from Showtime, if Showtime is putting up the guaranteed money, then I just don't think they think the fight is that big. I just don't think they think the fight is big. That's just that simple. What's going on? The Rise podcast in the building. What's going on, man? What's going on? According to the WBC, the promoter typically puts up the guarantee, and if they can't agree, it goes to the purse bid. Yeah, but they're going to get that money from somewhere. They're going to get that money from somewhere. Yes, there is a fight this weekend. It is the fight with Conor Benn and Chris Eubank. Chris Eubank and Conor Benn, I am interested in Ernie V. No doubt, I am. I'm looking forward to that fight. Now that we're in the fight week for that, I am definitely looking forward to that fight. I am a Chris Eubank fan. I'm telling you, I am unabashedly a Chris Eubank fan. He's a nice guy. I've met him in person. I liked him. I've liked him as a fighter for a while. I thought he versus that James DeGale fight was a really, really good fight. I rooted for him in the Super Six. Not the Super Six. I think more than likely it's going to be Conor Benn, and not because of something in the ring necessarily, just because I think that they're trying to do something with Conor Benn. You know what I mean? And I really don't like the fact that he has to drop down in weight. He originally turned pro at 168. Now he's fighting a full 14 pounds below that. You know what I mean? Now, again, I've seen Chris Eubank. Like I said, I've met Chris Eubank. Chris Eubank is a very lean guy. I'm very, very lean. So I don't think as far as his ability to make weight, he's just not a very big guy. I wouldn't think he could be weighing like as tall as he is, 154. Seems a little bit, tough, man. But I like it, man. Total BS. This fight is big as hell. It's the politics and racism, plus Al Haymon being a prick with Bud. That what Al is doing is shameful. He doing a black man. Dude, to Rick Timms, we don't even know what this man is doing. Do not know what this man is doing. And these guys are not, and honestly, I don't believe ESPN about what they're reporting on a fight not being made on another network. And those guys been trashing Al Haymon and the PBC for years. That shit sounded like a hit piece to me. Is that fight pay-per-view? I think it's just regular DAZN, man. I think it's DAZN to us. It ain't pay-per-view to me. But, I would buy it. I would support him, bro. I would support him. There's almost too much boxing on October 15th, but I'll take it. Oh, I'll take it. Yeah, I wish they could but I'll take it now, man. They got it in the afternoon. It's just unfortunate for Devin Haney's numbers. It's unfortunate for Devin Haney's numbers. But I think he'll be in the early evening, though. I think his fight will be on the early evening. Daniel McKenzie said, how does he know what Al is doing? How Sway? You just don't know. You're going off of a rumor that was given to Mike Coppinger, man. That shit. First of all, I know where it came from, man. I know where it's coming from. And if they can misspeak on, dude, this guy Mike Coppinger has been wrong about everything they've said, man. He's been wrong about it all. They said listening in while I put this road work in. God, dog, I wish I could put some road work in, man. My knees, I got to get my weight down to be able to put in any type of road work. You gonna watch that Clarissa Shields fight? Of course. Man, are you kidding me? Next weekend? Oh no, is this Saturday? Shit. That fight's on Saturday. Those fights are all on Saturday, right? Oh my gosh. I am, man. I hope that thing doesn't come on till like 4:00 in the afternoon and this does not get in the way. Hey, Rick Tim, stop telling me about stuff that somebody else told you. Came out of the mouth of somebody else. I'm not taking anything that anybody says as gold. I'm not taking that shit as gold. I'm not taking that stuff as gold, man. Yeah, next Saturday, but not next Saturday. October 15th is in 2 weeks, but it doesn't even matter. If it's on Saturday, it's going to cause me problems because I got my son plays basketball on Saturday. And that's my joy. But I ain't missing that fight. No, I ain't going to miss that fight. For those fights, I might ask my wife to be like, babe, will you take John to his basketball games? For that one. You know what I'm saying? For that one, I might have to do it. 5 p.m. Yeah, as long as I can get back in time, or I'll have him ride back with somebody else. I'm not going to miss those fights. Nah, those fights I'm definitely going to watch, man. Eric Horn said, I can't wait to get some type of fight. Yeah, no doubt about it. Laptop here on phone. Oh, he said laptop here, phone here, TV here. Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, Rise Up said family first. Yeah, it is. But on that occasion, I don't want to miss that fight. I would let my wife take him for one. You know what I mean? Because I consider it work. I'll do like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'll do it like that. But because I definitely don't want to miss that fight. Those fights are, I mean, those fights are excellent fights. That's the best women's card I've ever seen. That is the best women's card that I've ever thought of, bro. Like, it's the best one I've ever heard of. Like, really, it's the one I'm looking for. I'm looking forward to that way more than Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. Even though I do like Amanda Serrano. You know what I mean? I like Amanda Serrano a lot. I'm not a big Katie Taylor fan, but the Alyssa Baumgartner, Alicia Meyer, and Clarissa Shields versus Savannah Marshall. I mean, I don't want to miss that. I don't want to miss the return. I also don't want to miss Andre Dirrell and Caleb Plant, or obviously Deontay Wilder and Robert Helenius. You can miss me with the Devin Haney Kambosos fight though. Like, if there was one I would miss, it would be that one, because that's just a foregone conclusion, bro. You can watch mobile, yeah, but I can't watch mobile during a basketball game. It's not gonna. I mean, I might as well not be there. You know what I mean? Fight night is work, so you covered. Yeah. In that particular instance, man, no doubt about it. In that case, I am. Give me Jamie Foxx and LL Cool J. Any fight will do at this point. Yeah, I just want them to go and get past this Errol and Terence thing. It's so ridiculous at this point that, and it's dominating the conversations that people want to have. It's truly dominating the conversations that people want to have. And the fact that it's dominating the conversations that people want to have, it means it's dominating blogs. Blessed 365 says, smash that like button. Love people. People show respect for the show. Yes, sir. Let's check these likes, man. If y'all can't support in the Super Chat and the Cash App, which is most greatly appreciated, man, at least hit that like button, man. We got 323 people in the building, 197 likes. Look, man, certain things you shouldn't believe. I'm not going to believe till I see. I don't care who they came from. I don't care. You telling me that they're not giving that man any money for that fight and he's still talking about making a fight? I don't believe it. I have more respect for the intelligence of Terence Crawford than that. Because you need to put up at least $1 million. How much is Errol's guarantee going to be? If he's getting 1.5, why would I get nothing? You know, now if he's getting 1.5, why would I get 6? But if you get 1.5, if he gets $1.5 million guarantee, then why? And also is another thing. You're not getting paid off the gate. What about the gate? See, that's another thing that I don't. That's another thing that What about the gate? Are you telling me they're not going to give him any of the gate either? No gate, no guarantee, and only 35% of the pay-per-view? But yet he wants to know where all the sources for all the revenue streams are. Why do you want to know the sources of why you need to know where the money's coming from if all you're getting is pay-per-view? Beyond that, it's not your business. That's what I'm saying. It just doesn't make sense to me. Now, again, if you just assume that it's true, then you can move forward and saying, then you can move forward only at PBC. I mean, dude, no, they don't do that at the PBC. That's what I'm saying, Blessed 365. They don't do that at the PBC. Al Heyman has no reputation whatsoever for doing that. I mean, that's just coming out of the blue. All of a sudden, this dude is doing something that he does not have a reputation for doing. It just doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. If it doesn't make sense, you know, I have to see it, bro. I have to see it. And if it doesn't make sense, I have to actually see it in order for me to believe it. And then when I see it, then I'll believe it. Then I can make a comment on it. But I'm not just going to, for the sake of somebody throwing something out there, and I don't care who it is, for somebody just throwing something out there and it doesn't make sense, I'm not just going to roll with that and start criticizing people for it and doing all that. Michael Dimps, man, much love in that super chat, brother. Says smash the like, show the support in the chat. This man is working overtime. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. Yes, sir. Where'd it go, man? Where'd it go? Oh, there it goes. Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you for that support, man. Yeah, we grinding every day, brother. We grinding every day. Absolutely. Max Kellerman needs to stop with his half-ass biased boxing show. He spreads misinformation on boxing and other sports all the time. Eric Horn, bro, look, first of all, let's go over what Mike Coppinger has said in the past. That just last week. He just, not more than a week of it, bro. He said, at least you're honest about being tired. I mean, I am. Like, I get, no, man, I get where people are saying, like, man, you guys keep doing Errol, Spence, Terence, Crawford videos. Dude, that's what people want to talk about. That's what boxing fans are interested in. That's what the news is. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not just, you have to understand, I get so many questions about different topics that you talk about them. It's like you can't avoid talking about them. You know, until Quincy Carter left the building. You know, I mean, actually, and I haven't even had a question. I haven't even really had a question about Devin Haney. I haven't even had a question about Devin Haney in a couple days. So, you know, certain aspects of it is a blessing. Hey, much love in that Cash App from a man. Thank you for that support, brother. Seriously, it does mean a lot, brother. Thank you. My man, Ruben Allen said, here's a cup of coffee. I appreciate your work. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Means a ton. Yeah, I mean, it's just that's what people want to talk about. So I don't know what, you know, it is what it is. Hobbs said, at this point with the recent Bud info, who is ducking in your opinion? On to the next. Look, dude, I don't want to say anybody's ducking. I think if two people make a legitimate attempt of making a fight and the fight just can't come through for one reason or another, I don't think either one of them is ducking. You know what I mean? I don't think anybody's ducking. If two people try to make a reasonable attempt at making the fight and the business does not work for whatever reason, I don't think either one of them are ducking if they give a real legitimate chance, if they take a legitimate effort to make this fight. However, I will say the guys are talking about, you know, when you start mudslinging on, you start mudslinging on the other team, that's just as likely to ruin something. That's just as likely to ruin a fight as somebody else, man. It's something else, bro. He said, Fanon, you mean to tell me that the same man fighters thank before thanking God has fighters naming his sons after him is now robbing dudes? Yeah, dude, that is what top ranked fighters have been saying about him. But nobody that ever dealt with the man directly has ever said that. All of a sudden, Al Heyman is the worst guy on the planet. That's because they want these fighters to sign with Top Rank. Apparently, people in the chat know Al Heyman personally. Dude, the only thing that I know about him is he has a deep voice. That's it. Only thing I know, he said, here's 10 to get in. Hey, thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. Thank you for that support, bro. Thank you for supporting for real, brother. If y'all wouldn't mind hitting that like button, though, man. We got 356 people in the building. We got 161 likes, man. Y'all can get them likes up, man. You know? Devin versus Kambosos will surely go 12 again. I don't know, man. It probably will. That's not a good look for Devin if it goes 12 rounds. Just telling you, bro. That's Kambosos, bro. He's a bum. Okay? Ain't nobody at PBC complaining. I mean, it's amazing. You got a guy that has the best reputation of any executive in boxing. Two of them. Steven Espinoza and Al Heyman have the best reputation, a better reputation than Oscar De La Hoya for that, and a better reputation than Bob Arum for that, right? Even though Bob Arum is not, you know, his reputation is not bad as far as how he pays people. But as far as how he promotes certain fighters and whether or not he'll really give them all his effort, that's what you hear about Bob Arum. However, Al Heyman, you've never heard anything like this about the man. And then you have people who literally have been saying that about him the whole time. Slave master, this and that. That's some that honestly that sounds like somebody talking shit out of Nebraska. And I mean it. Those guys are prone to exaggeration. If you listen to Bomac, and you listen to Bernie the Boxer, you listen to the people out of their camp, they are prone to exaggeration. Or hyperbole. Let me say it that way. They're prone to hyperbole. Man, we ain't getting nothing. What do you mean we ain't getting nothing? Oh, we're only getting like $1.5 million. We're only getting $2 million, so he ain't giving us no guarantee. Do you mean you're not getting any money at all, $0, or do you mean you're not getting a lot? I mean, well, we're getting $1 million. All he offered is $1 million, but man, he's pretty much not giving us any guaranteed money, right? Kind of like when they say, "Oh, we signed the contract." Did you sign the contract? Well, no, we didn't sign the contract. What we did is we agreed to what they offered us, and so the ball's in their court. But did you sign it? No. If you ask me like that, no, I didn't sign it. So when they say there's no money guaranteed, I have to wonder, when you're saying $0 guaranteed, do you mean $0? Do you mean $0? Or do you mean it's just not what you want? Like, man, you ain't giving me nothing for that. Do you mean that colloquially, or do you mean that actually? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying, once you say you signed a contract and I know you didn't sign it and you got to come back and correct yourself, and you have Mike Coppinger who says all material terms have been agreed to, all financial terms and all material terms. But then 2 weeks later comes back and there's a gigantic material financial term that's not agreed to. I have to wonder why you guys keep believing people that are wrong. Am I missing something? Am I missing? Somebody tell me what I'm missing. Why do you keep believing people that are wrong? People that just have to correct what they say. They go from we signed to, well, we didn't sign, we just agreed. Okay, thank you. So thank you for that correction, because you're out here in the press saying you signed and you're waiting on Errol to sign. So are you really waiting for Errol to sign? Well, no, we're not waiting for Errol to sign. We're waiting for Errol to agree to a material term that we requested. Oh, okay. So were all the material terms agreed upon? No. How come you keep acting like I'm supposed to take him saying that he's getting no guaranteed when he could very well be like, you mean zero? Oh, well, nah, you know how we be saying it. You know how we say it. Man, how much you pay? Man, that man ain't paying me nothing for this. That's a colloquial use. Hey, man, how much they pay at McDonald's? Man, they don't pay no money at McDonald's. Listen to me what I say carefully. If somebody told you, speaking colloquially, and by that means it's just how you speak in the street, you're not being specific. On a lighter note, did you see the Photoshop picture of Mayweather from Tank's social media account? Yeah, it's old. I saw that before. It's a repost of somebody else did that. Yeah, I did see that. John Boy in the building said that's why I got he clowned him up there, man. I was gonna do it, but I don't want to put that picture on my page. That shit sound like that's crazy. 2 months ago, Crawford asked EJ, is he ducking? Yes. Asked 6 weeks later, no, he isn't. 3 weeks later, same. Yes, he's no, he isn't. 3 weeks later, same. Is he? Yes, he's ducking. Dude, they just said he ain't ducking to yesterday, but we'll leave that alone, bro. We'll leave that alone. John Boy in the building. Much love in that super chat. And another big money super chat from a man. John Boy said, every morning, everybody off to work. Yes, sir. Enjoy yourself, bro. Tony T said, you call it colloquial, we call it slang. But no, it's not strictly slang. But just mean it's how you're speaking. It's just how you're speaking. Yeah, call it slang. I call it colloquially. You're just talking. You're not being precise. So if a man says, hey, man, how much money they paying you over at McDonald's? Hey, man, they ain't paying me nothing. Man, they don't pay no money at McDonald's. Yes, they do. They pay actual money over there at McDonald's. but they don't pay a lot of money at McDonald's, right? Unless you're a manager, you're the owner, right? If you're the owner, then yeah, you can make some money. If you're a regional manager, yeah, you can make some money. If you're the vice, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, see, I got, oh, you got to be in the office. This was up. Hansel, let me ask you, Hansel Banks, do you run around looking for cheerleaders? Somebody is going to have to fight Boots. Yeah, Bud can fight Boots. Tell Bud to go fight Boots. Bud don't want no parts of Boots, man. He said later down the line is what he said. Later down the line. You call it colloquial, I call it lying. I mean, you know, I wouldn't call it lying because I don't like, for example, when Bernie the Boxer said he signed it, I don't think he meant signed it. I don't think he meant that. I mean, I don't think he knew. I'm not going to say I don't think he knew the difference, but I just don't think that I don't think he was just lying. Dude, hey, guess what? You can be an unbiased boxing fan and agree with Errol Spence Jr. You are clearly a biased boxing fan if you're calling people cheerleaders. You're clearly biased if you're running, if you calling people you don't know cheerleaders. I would say that you have an unfair prejudice against people that don't believe what's coming out about Terence, what Terence Crawford saying. Errol don't want no parts of Boots either. I don't think he does either. No, I don't. I don't think any of those guys want Boots right now. You're not speaking the truth, man. You're speaking your opinion. You're giving your opinion. You're not speaking truth. You're giving your opinion. Just like everybody else is giving their opinion. What I'm saying is not true. It's my opinion. It's true that they've been wrong about what they've said in the past, and their reports have had to be corrected in the past. So if you can correct somebody in what they've said in the past, you may want to be a little bit more hesitant before you believe everything that they say now. Like he's not getting any money up front. I need to know the question. I need to get the answer to this. Do you mean he's getting $0 in guaranteed money? Or do you mean he's not getting what he knew? Are you saying that he's not getting what he wants? Somebody said Bernie knew exactly what he's saying. He said it again. Nah, he just keeps saying the same. But yeah, but that isn't. People just repeat the same things, bro, that we signed. I mean, I'm sorry, bro. I just have to keep just being like, yo, you mean he agreed? You mean he agreed, but he didn't agree at the same time. Because if he got a contract to sign, he said, no, I need something else in it, which means he didn't agree. Right? Now, let me break something else to you. He did not agree to that fight. Why didn't he agree to the fight? Because he asked for something else. If they said, this is the offer that we have for you, and then he says, I need this also, that means you didn't agree. That means you rejected their offer and you made them another offer. By adding something else, you're rejecting their offer. Just to let you know. Strictly speaking, he rejected it and he made another offer. So even the idea that he accepted it is incorrect. If you ask for another term. Kermit Williams in that Cash App, brother. Thank you so much for that support, bro. He said, big 25 too, bro. Big orange, man. The rare orange, bro. The rare orange said, thanks for the information. We need the facts. No worries, brother. I'm here, man. I will tell you what's not fact. Bernie knows what he knows. Saying sign will make Spence look bad. Oh, but he's definitely doing that now. He called him a slave master. He said he's a slave master. He said he got his hands tied behind his back and they want everything. But I haven't seen the agreement at the same time. You know what I mean? Of course he's trying to make him look bad, but he's on their team. You should expect that. Unless you're dealing with Errol's camp, who don't do that. And you can say what you want. Those guys don't do that. I've had conversations with somebody in Errol Spence Jr.'s camp. And where I complained about something, I did a video and I complained about the treatment of Errol. And he was like, yeah, what's the big deal about that? And I said, well, they don't treat other people like that. They were like, oh, yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, I guess. No big deal to me, though. They don't complain. I'm telling you, those guys, by and large, don't complain. You're not hearing any of this stuff out of Errol Spence Jr.'s camp. None. Other than them yawning at what you're talking about. Saying, man, Errol yawned at those reports that fight was done. Somebody out here playing games in the media trying to be cute because they don't have actual leverage. So they got to create manufactured leverage, which is what's going on in the press. Having people say a bunch of bad stuff about you in the press, that's manufacturing leverage. Bro, the public perception's against you. Public perception's against you. You better do something that I want because everybody out there is going to think you're ducking. You're going to be remembered as a duck. You're going to be remembered your whole career as not fighting me. Let me tell you something, bro. These guys ain't going to remember this shit 2 years from now. No, they won't. That's what I would say. No, they won't. They're not going to remember this, bro, because, dude, people don't buy your pay-per-view fights. What do you mean? This fight's a nice to have. Absolutely, a nice to have. They're not going to remember this. We all right. Sugar Ray Leonard didn't fight Aaron Pryor. He made it. He's all right. Sugar Ray Leonard, if he had not fought Marvin Hagler, dude, he would have made it. He'd been all right. You know what I'm saying? You'll make a lot of money. You make a lot of money. You'll retire. You'll be okay. You know? Cass, somebody over here lying, bro. Anyway, forget Stanionis. Stop pushing Stanionis versus Spence and avoiding Ennis. Ennis can get it too. Look, bro, it's not pushing Stanionis. Stanionis is in front of him. And Boots is not ready for that fight. In the grand scheme of things. In the grand scheme of things, no. He needs something like Keith Thurman. He needs Keith Thurman, man. Not that, bro. He said, I'm 2-3 years in. I'm 2 to 3 years. This conversation will be taken over by Boots versus Ortiz. It will be. It absolutely will be. And all y'all can talk to you blue in the face, too, about it. You can talk to your blue in the face. It's not going to affect that man's pocketbook. Talk to your blue in the face. There'll be another big fight. It'll come up. It's not the only big fight. You know, he can fight Jermell. He can fight Jermell, bro. Nah, Boots is not ready. No. Now, I'm not saying as far as getting into the ring. He's ready in the fight ring sense, Mr. Aggressive East Side. And I'm gonna watch your comments carefully because, bro, you're out here being a clown, bro. Just let me look at your comments, bro. Yeah, you're a clown. So let me respond to you, brother. And if you keep clowning, I'm gonna put you up out of here. No, Boots is not ready for that fight in the commercial sense. No, he's not. In the actual fight, no, you're being a clown, bro. You're calling people clowns. You're laughing at people. You're being a clown, bro. Okay? I'm telling you straight to your face. I'm telling you, no joke. I've seen several of your comments, and I don't want to read them because you sound like an asshole. Just to be honest with you. We talk all day. I talk every day. I read people in the comment section all the time. I know somebody being an asshole and looking for attention when I read it. You're doing beyond stating you call everybody a bunch of clowns. You're laughing. Boots ain't ready. Let me explain to you what I mean by this. Boots is not going to go fight. Boots is not going to be fighting Errol next because Boots has the potential of being one of the biggest stars in boxing. And they are going to make sure that he gets, when he fights somebody like Errol, that it is going to be, why there's not going to be, that's why I'm definitely going to get rid of you because now you're really saying stupid shit. They're not going to fight Boots until Boots has a big enough name to make the fight very, very big. That's why you do not have Jared Anderson fighting Tyson Fury yet. Not that Jared Anderson may not be able to put up a good fight or win the fight, but because they want to give a guy like that, you give them time to grow their fan base. You want more eyes on Gervonta so that when Gervonta shows up, everybody's interested in the fight and everybody wants to put their money down on the fight. That's why. That will never be the case with Stanionis. Stanionis is where Stanionis is going to be. He's not going to get any bigger. He's not going to get any better. They don't have a 4-fight deal. He didn't just sign a 4-fight deal with Showtime. Okay? Gervonta Ennis is signed to Showtime. He has a 4-fight. I believe it's a 4-fight deal with them. They are going to put him in situations where he is going to get a lot of fanfare on him. He is not going to fight Errol Spence Jr. before he headlines his own card. Okay? Gervonta Ennis was just on the undercard of Jermell Charlo versus Brian Castano for the undisputed title. You are not going to see him fight Errol Spence Jr. until he is on his own Showtime card. At the least. Where what fight is taking place this weekend? Oh, it's Gervonta Ennis versus thus and such on Showtime. Who's on the undercard? That's when you will see. When you see him do that, then you know, okay, now he may be fighting next. Now he may fight Errol next. Now, do you have anything else you want to say, man? You want to talk your way out of that, Mr. Ha-ha, laugh, laugh, joke, joke? Wait around and see where I'm right. See that I'm right. Gervonta Ennis has been ready Gervonta Ennis has been ready for Terence Crawford for a year and a half. As far as being in the ring and fighting, he's got 28 fights. These guys at the level that he's fighting, he's absolutely blowing away. Gervonta Ennis is already better than everybody else in that division. He will already beat Keith Thurman. He will already beat Danny Garcia. He will beat Sean Porter. A very good chance he will beat Terence Crawford. Errol is a little bit different of a beast because Errol is somebody that is literally will inflict a lot of damage on you. Even if you're fortunate enough to win, you're going to take a lot of damage with him. So anyway, nice try, son. Nice try. Okay? Go talk boxing with somebody that doesn't know it. All right? I know this. Ain't no way in the world they're putting him in that quick. They're going to build him because he has the potential of being a very, very big name in the sport, man. Ennis already headlined the Showtime card, right? Did he? Did he headline Thomas Delorme? Did he headline Thomas Delorme? I don't know if he did that or if he was on the undercard. But it's still maintained. It's still the truth. Versus Lipinets, yeah, okay. Anyway, they're going to build him any way it goes. They're going to build him. Crawford rather move up to 154 than fight Ennis. He's just not going to fight Ennis, man. That's a bad fight for him, bro. I already explained it, brother. I already explained it. Not ready. I've already said he can fight both of those guys. As far as me saying, I think he can beat Crawford. Because I don't think Crawford's active enough to beat Gervonta. I don't think he's active enough. And Gervonta is very, very big. He's very, very big, and he's very, very active. Errol is very, very active, bro. By big, I mean, lucrative fight, man. It's going to be something that's a main thing. It's a big thing. You know what I mean? As of right now, if you throw in Errol with Gervonta, Gervonta's going to be the guy that is going to be, oh, man, it was an upset. That may not necessarily, it's just, yeah. Anyway, I think Boots would beat anyone at 147 but Crawford. No, I think he beats Crawford. I think he beats Crawford more easily than he does Spence because of the activity level. Terence is not particularly busy. And Gervonta Ennis is busy. He's busy. He throws a lot of shots. And the size and his activity. And I'm telling you, Bud has been looking for one shot knockouts, man. I mean, look, dude, I'm telling you, you can laugh what you want. I'm telling you, I think he beats Bud. And I'm not alone, bro. There's a lot of people that think he beats Bud. There's a lot of professional fighters that think he beats Bud right now. Don't lunch, man. That's a special kid, man. And he is a welterweight. He's not a guy that came up from 135. He's a welterweight. That is a 5'10". That is everything that you can say about Bud, you say about Ben Ennis, but he's bigger. He's younger, he's faster, and he hits hard. And he hits harder. No, that is a bad matchup for him, bro. I'm just telling you. And if you think he beats Errol, I wouldn't argue that there's a chance that could take place. I'm just saying it's a different style of fight with Errol and Gervonta. It's a different style of fight because of the activity level of Errol. That style that Errol has is going to definitely, Bud ain't stopping him, man. But you may say Bud gets stopped in 7. You mean Boots King Zeus, you think Bud stops him in 7? You better hope Boots don't stop that man in 7. Man, there's literally nothing that Bud is doing that guy does not do. Nothing. All of that switching and he's looking for one-punch knockouts, man. He's not going to clip Gervonta Ennis and all of a sudden he's going to run up there and finish that kid. Dude, I do not see that at all, bro. I don't see that. I don't see that at all. Stops Boots, you're nuts. King Zeus, I'm going to tell you right now, you're nuts. You better go back. You better go look at that kid again. Go back and rewatch. Go back and rewatch. Bud is not stopping him at all. Nah, bro. He's got 28 fights, King Zeus. No, it's not high praise too early. Go look at that man fight, man. You can see it. Dude, they all see it. I'm not alone in this. All these dudes see this. Boy, you better stick your ear to the ground. Jay Miller said, missed my super chats yesterday. I'm sorry, bro. I think May Pacman would did bigger numbers if it happened 5 years prior. Same with the Canelo Gennady Golovkin trilogy. You think this delay going to affect the numbers for Bud's pay-per-view? No, I don't think it would have done any bigger numbers. It did more numbers, and it did like 4.5 million pay-per-views. It did like 4.5 million pay-per-views. That fight did huge. That fight was huge. I don't know how Mayweather Pac could have done bigger numbers than it did, man. That was a very, very big fight. And as far as Canelo Triple G, I think they've been lying about those numbers the whole time. I think they've been lying about those numbers the entire time. I don't think that fight was that big. I'm telling you. I don't think they're that big, bro. Dude, you making all these predictions, brother. I'm telling you right now. What's going on, Gecko of Fuego in the building? You guys can make all these predictions you want, bro. I'm just telling you. When I'm telling you what I see. I've been saying this about Gervonta Ennis for years. Years. I don't know what you guys are waiting for. Like, how many years am I supposed to wait? I've been watching this guy fight. I've been saying this. Because you don't think it makes it a fact, a respect. Hey, no worry, King Zeus, respect to yours as well. I'm glad you said that because that's all we're doing is talking about opinion. I'm just telling you, though. I've been watching that kid for years. I've been said that. I'm saying the same thing about Jared Anderson. Dude, that's going to be very, very tough to beat that kid, Jared Anderson. David Benavidez. Been saying that about David Benavidez for a long time. It's going to be very, very tough to beat David Benavidez. It's very, very tough. I will tell you who's getting slumped. Jared, you said some crazy stuff a few years back and switched the tune. It's all good. Will you be? What exactly did I say? What exactly tune did I switch, Garrett T? I ain't switched no tunes. Don't just make an accusation. What did I say where I switched the tune? Related to anything that I've talked about. I've been consistent every day. Now, if you want to listen to what other people said I said, when they have their little, when they don't come anywhere around me to debate the point, what point did I change? Because I would like to know that one. I think I've been dead steady consistent. Blessed 365. Have a blessed and safe day, everyone. Got to head to my paving class. This is my last week. P.S. TB's Terence Crawford stops him in the 11. Yes, ma'am. Y'all, hey, enjoy yourself in your paving class. Take care. Blessed 365. Thank you, and thank you for the support, man. Ma'am, thank you for that support. Man, y'all be on that Devin shit, man. God, dog. That boy, y'all be out there selling that, man. Y'all out here selling that soup with that, man. As soon as somebody says that they want to fight him, as soon as a top 10 pound for pound fighter literally says they want to fight Devin, y'all start acting like y'all don't want to fight. The very first time y'all change your, talk about changing tunes. Nobody wants to fight Devin until, and Devin has all the belts. So why doesn't anybody want to fight him? And then Lomachenko says he wants to fight him and you want to freeze him out. Shakur Stevenson says he wants to fight him and he's making it up. Y'all changed your tune, bro. Like, whoa. Like you changed your tune something fierce, man. David Williams, you said, hey, get out of here. Get out of my life. I never said that, you liar. You said Errol and Terence would destroy him. I never said that, liar. I have never said Errol and Terence Crawford would beat Gervonta and would destroy Gervonta Ennis. And in fact, I've never even said they would beat him. Ever. Liar. Like I said, go pay attention to who you talking to. Nobody in this chat that have been watching me for over 5 years now will tell you that I ever said Gervonta Ennis would lose to anybody other than David Benavidez at 168. Thank you very much. Because I said I don't know if he can make it to 168. I said that they would destroy him. Liar. You lying. You see it, Garrett. And by the way, bro, next comment I say, next time you lie on me, I'm throwing you out forever, bro. You must have just made that up. Hold on one second. Matter of fact, I am pretty confident you just made this channel up. So let me go see. Let me see. You know I'm about to look at you, bro. You know I'm about to go see how when you made this channel up. You've been around for a while, since 2020. So you say I said this in the last 2 years? Yeah, whatever, bro. Nice lie. Thank you for that lie. David Williams said Boots' future would come to a crashing halt if he gets in the ring with Spence and gets destroyed. Spence looks so easy outside to beat until you get in the ring and you see a totally different animal. I mean, I think that's true. But I'm going to tell you right now, dude, I think that Gervonta is an animal, man. You didn't never hear no video, clown. Stop lying. You didn't see no video where I said in a video Gervonta Ennis would get destroyed by, man. Shut up. I ain't never said that ever, bro. No, this guy was talking about me. If you're talking about me, no, because he responded to me. Man, you ain't never heard me say that ever. You have never heard me say that ever. I responded on to a video. No, you responded to somebody else's video. And you're confusing me. I've never said that. You're getting your channels mixed up, man. So I won't even get, you're getting your channels mixed up. You've never, ever, ever, ever heard me say that. Drop receipts. Drop receipts where I said they would. I watch all Fanon's video. Never said that, buddy. I've never said that. Because I don't think that. I've never thought that. You kidding me? I remember you saying not ready for Spence, not losing to him, though. You said, I remember you not saying he's not ready for Spence, not losing to him, though. Dude, the only thing that I ever said, I remain consistent with it. Only reason I say that he's not ready to fight Spence yet is from a financial and a marketing perspective. And the fact that this kid is a big name star. He has the potential to be the best fighter in all of boxing. He has the potential to be the best, one of the best fighters that we've ever seen. That's what I think about Gervonta Ennis. So the idea that I'm out here talking about he's going to get destroyed by Terence Crawford or destroyed by Errol Spence Jr. is not true. I say that Errol Spence Jr. is be careful with Errol, because Errol is all top fighters. I don't care how good you are. If you have to deal with somebody that fights like that, you're going to have some problems, because he's not trying to outbox you. He's trying to beat you up and hurt you. And he's a very, very good boxer. And pressure makes pipe bust. Man, shut up here. You're a liar, and I'm kicking you out of here, bro. Look, it's a video years back, damn near talked reckless. I commented on, man, shut your ass up. You never coming back. You ain't even going to show me no receipts. Shut up. You have never heard me say anything about him like that, ever. So go away. I'm not waiting for you to come back with receipts. Go away. If you cannot respect that I just told you got that wrong, I don't even need to talk to you. I don't say things like that. First of all, now if you thinking about, I may have been talking about Connor Ben. If you think I was talking about somebody like, you act like I'm talking about somebody like Josh Kelly. Was a video about, I don't do Josh Kelly videos. Dude, I threw him out. Man, I'm not trying to hear that, man. You making stuff up. Man, it's on the video. I know it is. I'll show it. It's a few years back. You were talking real reckless about Gervonta Ennis. How come ain't nobody on this chat ever heard me do it but you? Man, please, man. He said, King said, even I know Fanon don't play about boots. Exactly, bro. You ain't never heard me say nothing like that about Gervonta Ennis. Never. Okay? Never. Not ever have I said anything about that, like that, about that guy. It's like, please, I think dude, as far as boxing goes, I think the world of Gervonta Ennis. You know what I'm saying? I think really, really highly of Gervonta Ennis. I think these guys, he had to go, bro. Like, come on, man. Jay Miller said, true, Glenn Johnson was a similar type of workhorse. Yeah, bro. Glenn Johnson is that type of dude. He's on your neck, bro, the entire time, man. Hey, hold on one second. All right, thanks. I'm like, you did the right thing. You just can't let a dude lie on you. Dude, these guys do this all the time, bro. Other channels be lying on me. Just be lying. I'll sit back and listen and be like, Fanon said this, Fanon, man. And don't never apologize, bro. I know who you are, Bruce. You never apologized to me, man, about that demographics video that I did. I still remember this. All y'all, they all get good chuckles and laughs until I'm right. You get all kind of laughs and chuckles and all of that until I'm right. And then after that, you just stay silent. You just stay silent about it after the fact. Silent about it. Hey, Fanon gets me mad with Boots. He never said Boots will lose. Motorsports, let me put this up on the chat, bro. He said, Fanon gets me mad with Boots. He never said Boots will lose. Exactly. I don't know who's going to beat that kid. I ain't never said anybody was going to destroy Boots. Why would I say that? Like, I can't see it. Oh, bro, let me tell you, I could go down a laundry list. Yeah, exactly. I could go down a laundry list of things that I said that these clowns ridiculed, cracking all kind of jokes. Ha ha ha. Do you remember the video? Do you remember this video? And I kicked the dude out. I kind of hate that I kicked him out. But because I was just so sick of the crap he was talking, I was like, man, I don't even want to hear you, bro. You're blowing my day. You know what I'm saying? I don't even smoke weed no more, but you're blowing my high. You know what I'm saying? I don't smoke weed anymore, but you were blowing a high I had 3 years ago. Man, get away, bro. So I told everybody when they said that this fight was signed, when they said the Errol Spence Jr. Fight was signed, I said, man, slow up. This fight is not signed. And this guy cracked this joke, bro. Man, when the fight happens, after the fight, Fanon will act like the fight didn't happen. Oh, that's real funny. All these cats, man, there might have been 70 people commented on this stupid tweet. And I'm wondering where you are now. Where are you now? When the fight's not done. Out of the mouth of the same people I told you was wrong. Where are you at? Where are you at? Ha, ha, ha. Joke, joke, joke. Where are you at now? How many times? By the way, Devin don't want to fight Shakur Stevenson. And iffy on Lomachenko. And I told you that would happen when he became champion. I said, when Devin becomes champion, he will start acting like the rest of the people do when they have those belts. He's going to get selective about who he wants to fight. And what happened? Immediately, Lomachenko, yeah, exactly. Hey, Devin's busy. He can't fight Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson's it's a publicity stunt. I told you, as soon as he gets the belts, he's going to act like the rest of the guys that have belts. Everybody else, they're going to be selective about who they fight. They're going to want to capitalize on it. He's going to behave. He's going to act the same way that everybody else does. All of the calling out of people and doing all that is how other people acted too. What? You think that I'm telling you all of that? Oh man, he'll never. Come on, man. Come on, man. And y'all don't like it. I told you. And I'm going to keep telling y'all, when I told you something, when I tell you something and I'm right, I'm going to tell you I told you. I don't go back. I don't go back and have to say I was wrong about a lot of shit. I don't. Cali Buzz, I ain't stopping nothing. He don't want to fight. They said Shakur calling him out is a publicity stunt. They talked about freezing out Lomachenko. Not taking a Lomachenko fight. He more than likely is going to move up. When Lomachenko wants to fight him and Shakur Stevenson wants to fight him, he's iffy on fighting him. No joke. When they sparred, Shakur beat the brakes off Devin. He couldn't beat him. I'm just trying to tell you. You know that fight is at one. No, I do not know it's at 140. No, I do not know it's at 140. Devin Haney's the undisputed champion at 135. Why do I know it's at 140? Those guys are at 140. They're not at one. Nobody that you're talking about is at 140. They are all at 135. Why are you talking about a fight happening in another weight class? Devin is at 135. He's fighting at 135 on the 15th. And he said he can fight Tank at 135 in December. He's available to fight Tank. Fanon, do you think Shakur not serious about fighting Devin? He's dead serious about fighting Devin. Man, Shakur ain't playing. Shakur is dead serious about fighting Devin. Dead serious about fighting him. Why would I doubt him? You reaching? No, you reaching. You're making an excuse, EJ. Let me put your shit up on blast real quick. No, you're reaching. You're trying to say that a man is going to leave the weight class and that's where that fight happens. Shakur Stevenson just left 130. He hasn't fought at 135 yet. And now you're acting, no, that's a 140 fight. Why? Yeah, he called him out directly. Stop. See, that's what I'm telling you. Y'all out here lying. Y'all out here lying like a rug. Now he ain't call him out. Y'all lying. Put a 1 in the chat if you heard Shakur Stevenson call out Devin. Put a 1 in the chat if you heard Shakur Stevenson call out Devin. Put a 1 in the chat. Now you out here lying. Like I said, now you out here lying. He called that man out directly. It was the only name the man said. He called that man out directly. He can fight him at 140. Devin ain't got no belts at 140. Devin ain't even had a fight at 140. And you all already up at 140. Man, stop your cornball shit. Oh, he's up at 140. That's you would never take that excuse for anybody else. Let Teofimo Lopez say, I don't want to fight Devin. I want to fight him at 140. Man, if Teofimo Lopez would have let that out of his mouth, man, y'all Devin Haney fans would have been on his neck so hard, bro. Come on, man. Come on, man. Have some pride, bro. Have some pride and some sense of decency. You reaching, that's a 140 fight. I'm reaching when the undisputed champion at 135 is Devin Haney. I'm reaching for a fight that would take place in the weight class that they're both in right now. But that's a 140 fight. I'd be really interested to know. Hey, Fanon, if Tio said it, they jumped on his ass for that. You better believe they did. He said he wanted to move up, and the reporter said there's only one champ. Yeah. And then he said, yeah, and I want to fight that champ, Devin Haney. Let's fight Devin Haney. You guys better get out of here, man. Man, if y'all don't get out of here, man, and kick rocks, bro. If your whole crew don't grab your bags and get the fuck out, I don't want to hear nothing else. Get out. Dog, ain't nobody trying to hear that, man. Ain't nobody trying to hear that, man. Come on, man. Before the call out, it was Loma. Now it's Shakur. It doesn't matter. It's either one. It's either one. Who cares? Get out. You know, fool. Y'all reaching. That's a 140 fight. Man, God dog, bro. God dog. That's a 140. That's what I can't, but seriously, man, of all the desperate, pitiful ass arguments I've heard, and I've heard a lot of desperate, pitiful ass arguments. That fight is really at 140. Errol don't need to fight Terence. That's a 154 fight. Errol ain't ducking Terence. He just wants that fight. It's a 154 fight. Let's leave undisputed. Let's leave undisputed at 147 alone. And go fight for no belts at 140. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the move. Wow, bro. I'm sorry, man. I gotta laugh at that, man. Oh, Emmanuel Rodriguez, he's got an opponent. I don't know. I gotta look up Emmanuel Rodriguez, man. Hey, man, seriously, I needed that laugh, brother. I needed that laugh. Seriously, thank you. I needed that laugh, man. I needed that laugh. I needed that comedy. I needed that, brother. I needed it. Thank you. I needed that belly laugh that keeps you young. You ain't taking that from nobody else. You ain't giving nobody else in boxing. You no 140 ain't a garbage division. It's a division. It's a division where these guys ain't guaranteed to get any belts. These dudes ain't guaranteed to beat these guys at 140. You kidding me? These guys ain't guaranteed like oh, that's a 140 fight. When at 140 is this going to happen exactly? 2025. Oh, that's a 2025 fight. That's a 2025 fight. Because that's what you're saying when you're saying it's a 20. When you say it's a 140 fight, you're saying you want to fight in 2025 is what you're saying. Because, bro, we only got 2 months left in 2022. So 2023, okay, 2023, Shakur's still going to be looking for belts at 130 pounds, 35 pounds, all of 2023, at least. No, 2025, because they actually got to collect all the undisputed belts. No, 2025, because you're going to have to go and fight everybody and collect all the belts so that you can get an undisputed fight. 2025, because they have to go around and get all of the belts and become undisputed at 140 in order to do this fight that they have at 135 for undisputed. Remember all the belts? Remember all the belts? That's what's important, all the belts. Devin doesn't have any belts at 140 and doesn't really have much of a roadmap to a belt at one. No obvious roadmap. They still growing. Oh, that's cute. They still growing. At 24 years old, they're still growing. Which one of y'all was still growing at 25 years old? Who are you, Scottie Pippen? That's one of a million people are still growing at 24 years old, bro. Man. So Shakur first fight at 135 will be undisputed. Why not? Yes. 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 His first fight at 135, if he fights Devin Haney, will be for the undisputed. Yes. He's the WBO super champ. Yes. His first title can be for one belt. His first fight can be for one belt. So why can't they be for 3 belts, for 4 belts? What's the problem? Why not? Why not? You think it's unfair? He needs to earn it? Man, y'all are funny, bro. Seriously, man, you funny, bro. No, you stop it. You laughing, dude. I'm laughing at you. Partner, I'm laughing at you, bro. Let me tell you, I'm laughing at you. Yes, his first fight can be an undisputed. That's Devin Haney has it. All he's got to do is fight Devin Haney. Why not? Why not? What's the problem? You think a champion, a unified champion at 130 can't move up and immediately fight for a title at 135? It happens all the time. It happens all of the time. All the time. Fighters move from one weight class and get a title shot in their next weight division. In a perfect world, nothing. In a world where Errol where Devin Haney takes the fight, man. What do you mean in a perfect world? It ain't got to be perfect. All Devin got to do is take the fight. Man. Anyway, bro, thank you, bro. I'm going to keep you around. I'm gonna keep you. I'm not gonna block you. I'm not even gonna time you out, man. Thank you. I needed that, bro. I needed that. I needed for people to hear somebody actually say the things that are coming out of your mouth. Yes, absolutely, positively. Shakur Stevenson can fight at 135 for all the belts. Yes, he can. He's a professional boxer. He is a two-weight division champion and a former a unified champion. And to boot, he is the WBO super champion, which means he can request a fight with the WBO champion right away. Man, y'all hilarious. Now, filling out, maybe, yeah. Filling out, maybe, but you need him time so he can grow more. Man, y'all hilarious. This man said he need more time so he can grow. How? And you got like 4 different reasons. Dude, you're like on reason number 3. Your first reason was that fight's at 140. The next one is Devin's still growing. And then the next one was, dude, Devin have been the same height, bro. Dude, Devin been the same height for the last 4 years, bro. He is not growing. He gonna be 6'6" pretty soon. Bro, I'm not gonna get into that. He missed weight. He didn't miss weight. He didn't. Or let me put it this way: he missed weight, then he vacated. He didn't lose the beat. He didn't lose the belt on the scale. Lead by example. He didn't lose the belt on the scale. That's how. But that's how. Because he didn't lose it on the scale. Because he didn't lose it on the scale. That's how. What? We need to repeat this one again? Nah, what we are feeling out for now, we're filling out. You talking about filling out? Dude, you need to stop talking about this 24-year-old kid still growing, bro. He's not 16, okay? He's a grown-ass man, bro. You can stop that now. He's a grown-ass man, bro. Stop it, okay? Stop it. Stop acting like he's 19. He's not 19. He's a grown-ass man, bro. Stop it. Stop acting like he's a kid. He's a grown-ass man, bro. Okay? Lead by example said, thanks for answering. Thank you. No worries, brother. But I get to give you the very, because he didn't. He vacated the belt. He vacated. He missed weight in his first weigh-in, then he vacated. When you vacate, you don't lose the WBO championship. You shouldn't, according to the rules that I read, you still are the WBO super champion, even if you vacate the belt. As long as you vacate it, because you didn't violate any rules by vacating. You just said, okay, nah, I can't make the weight. Yeah, Devin ain't growing or his power will never come even at 140. What are you talking about? Dude, he's just not growing. What do you mean? He's not growing, bro. He's not getting any. Do you mean he's getting muscle? He's gaining. Dude, let me tell you something, bro. You're an idiot. And let me tell you something, man. You sound crazy. I, right now, am over 50 years old. I am not growing anymore. If I go to a weight room and if I start lifting and eating and lifting and eating, I can gain 10, 12 pounds of muscle at my age. I am not growing. Okay? Putting on muscle is not growing. Growing is when your body is doing it just naturally and you're getting to where you're going, your height that you're going to get, your length that you're going to get. That's not growing. Gaining muscle on his frame is not growing. That is not growing. Okay? He's not growing. He's 23, so he's not growing anymore. His height has not changed. His arm reach has not changed. He's not growing. He's not growing. Use a different word. Where does it say he gave up the belts? All I see and people say is he got stripped. That's what it was originally reported. He did not come into the second weigh-in, bro. He did not take a second weigh-in. Now here, again, I'm going to read this. Okay? Hold on one second. Oh, no, that wasn't there. Oh, EJ was agreeing with you for now, was he? I don't know. He was laughing at the end of that, bro. I don't think he was agreeing with me, partner. I think you're misreading. He laughed at the end of that. Stevenson was scheduled to defend his newly WBO, WBC, Despite being granted the standard 2 hours to try to cut down and reach the permissible weight, he quickly announced that he would not be able to get down to weight. Likely seeing the bigger picture and not wanting to risk his health. So he did not actually miss weight the second time. He didn't actually miss weight the second time. All right, my bad then. Thank you, brother. If you were agreeing, because you was going before. My bad, brother, for getting that wrong, man. Big gong to you, brother. Thank you, bro. All right, that's all love. My bad, brother. Thanks, man. Yeah, so people kept saying stripped, but like I said, man, people use that. Look, he relinquished the belts. Missed it the first time. Still no, brother. No, bro. There was no second time, man. He relinquished the belts. The very first reports was that he relinquished the belts. He relinquished them. So he doesn't have the belts anymore, but he relinquished them, which is not a violation of rules. I'm telling you, if this dude wanted to take those guys to court over losing that WBO super belt, they could. He could, because he could point out I didn't break any rules. You have to break the rules. There's not breaking a rule. You're not breaking the rule. No joke. He didn't break a rule because he had 2 hours and he said, look, I'm not going to be able to make it. So you can have your belts back. He had 2 hours to go to weigh in for the second time. He decided not to do it. He relinquished them. Relinquishing them is not against the rules to tell him you can't make it. If he would have told them that he couldn't make weight before he stepped on the scale the first time, he would not have lost. They would not have stripped him. He would have relinquished the belts because he can't make weight. You know what I mean? Anyway, however, that is a technicality. But I'm telling you, it is a legitimate technicality. Fanon, you think that it's ironic that everything that's being put out coming from a source via ESPN, aka a team, a week before we get notice of a fight not being made? Dude, John James, I think it is because Mike Coppinger saw a YouTube video. And he went and double checked it, and he checked in with Bud Crawford's team to see if it was right. And they told him it was right. That's what I think. I think Mike Coppinger saw a YouTube video that said the fight had got pushed back to February. When he saw that, he went and checked it. And he called, and this is what I think. I think he then called Terence Crawford's team. And then they gave him some information and said, yeah, because this is the problem. I already knew about the issue related that they had things to clear up. Nope, wrong. Haney told ESPN he could fight Tank after Kambosos in December on Twitter. Yes, he did. Absolutely he did. He said he could fight at 135 in December. Dude, he says he's available to fight Tank. He's available to fight Tank. Says Shakur said that it was hard to lose what he did. He had 1.4 pounds left, but he said he was already urinating dark yellow and orange and wasn't going to force his body to lose anything further. There wasn't a second attempt. Yeah. That's where I say that that's why I say he relinquished it and didn't get stripped. But people want to be dramatic, or that's how they think of it. Oh, you got stripped because you missed weight. I doubt very much that they are going to be that, what do you call it? Discerning. You know what I mean? Just like when people say, oh, he signed. He didn't sign. He agreed. But as we now find out, he didn't even agree. As we now find out, Terence Crawford never even agreed to the contract. Right? He didn't agree. Even now, you were saying he signed, and we were saying, no, he agreed. But guess what? He never even agreed. He never even agreed. That was not true. He did not agree. Right? Tell me somebody that doesn't understand what that means. The reports of Terence Crawford having agreed were incorrect. Agreed to all material terms is what Mike Coppinger said. And I tried to point that out to you. That he said all material terms. What is a material term? Material term, it may be important to material to one person and immaterial to somebody else. So did he disagree to immaterial terms? If he disagreed to immaterial terms, if he did not agree with any term, that means he did not agree to the contract. And he damn sure didn't sign it. Where are my apologies, Mr. Jokesters? And I'm telling you again, from what I read the WBO rules, I read the rules. I didn't guess, I read their rules. And their rule says that the WBO Super Champion designation can be lost for several reasons. Violating rules, testing positive for drugs, losing a fight, violating rules of the match, drugs, and moral turpitude. If you get accused of rape or robbery or something like that, they can strip you for that. Nowhere in there does it say that you get stripped for vacating a belt and moving up to challenge for another belt at the weight class above. It doesn't say that in their rules. So I want to know, according to their rules, where does it say that he would be stripped of his WBO Super Championship? He didn't break, and tell me what rule he violated. He didn't miss weight twice. He had 2 hours. And he decided, nah, I'm going to relinquish my belts. You can have them back. He told them that he could have their belts back. He didn't say, I don't want to wait, but can I keep my belts? And they say, nah, I'm going to have to take those belts from you. He said, I know, you can have them back, bro. He didn't agree to him, Rick Timms. He didn't agree to the terms. He didn't. Rick Timms. Bud said he and Errol both agreed to terms. He said it's the front office Al who's holding the fight. He didn't agree to the terms. He didn't. He wants oversight over their books. So he didn't agree to the terms because the terms did not include oversight and approval over expenses. You didn't agree. See what I mean? You didn't agree. If they made an offer and you edited it in any way, you didn't agree. You gave them a counteroffer. Right? Not hard stuff, partner. It's not hard. It's not hard stuff at all. He did not accept because he modified. You can't accept and modify at the same time. Modify is a rejection and another offer. It could have all of the terms plus one, but it's still a rejection of the agreement and a new offer. That's how it works. You have a contract and offer and accept. It includes offer, acceptance, and consideration. If they say you made me an offer and they say I need some more consideration, what's the consideration? I need approval of your expenses in order for me to agree to the rest of these terms. You didn't agree. Right? And by the way, Al Heyman is Errol. It's his manager. He represents Errol. Right? So how can Errol agree to something that Al Heyman does not? That's his manager. Isn't it? It's his manager and his advisor, so I guess he can disagree as his advisor. But sounds shaky to me. But anyway, no, he never accepted that offer. He never accepted it. So I don't care what came out of Bud's mouth. He didn't accept it. Does anybody want to debate me on that one? I'm just got standing debates with people now that nobody will ever take. Hey, so outside the box, just say you don't want to see the fight and keep pushing the narratives like you said it happens. You're going to have butterflies in your stomach. I want to see the fight outside the box. Why would I want to say I don't want to see the fight? I get butterflies in my stomach with all big fights. I want to see the fight. If I didn't want to see the fight, I wouldn't watch the fight. If I didn't want to see the fight, I wouldn't watch the fight. Think before you speak. If the Bears were in the Super Bowl, I would get butterflies before the Bears played in the Super Bowl. That doesn't mean I don't want the Bears to play in the Super Bowl. Oh, well, Bears don't play in the Super Bowl because it makes me nervous. If I didn't want to see it, I wouldn't watch it. I want the fight to happen. I just want y'all to stop making up stories and blaming Errol for it not happening. Two distinct issues, partner. Two distinct issues. But I do like this, how you guys relegate yourselves to cornball statements like, just admit you don't want the fight. Is that what you're down to now? Just admit you don't want it. Where did you get that I don't want it? What did I say that would tell you that I don't want to see the fight? Because I tell you a fact that Bud didn't accept it. Because he didn't. And I proved to you that he didn't. What do you think I should just say that he did so we can get the fight? Here, watch this. Hey, man. Oh, Errol signed, Terence Crawford signed, and the PBC agreed to it. Everything is agreed to. They have a fight date for November 19th at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. It's all agreed to. Now, none of that is true, But I guess I should say it so that it doesn't look like I don't want the fight, because I want the fight. Because let me say things that are not true because I want the fight. You guys can say what you want, bro. He said, nah, it doesn't make sense. Why are you crying about expenses to sell a pay-per-view? Those guys on that side don't know about selling, so why would they have an opinion we listening to? Juiceless French, I'm going to say this one more time, okay? I'm going to say this one more time. He does not need approval of expenses. If you want to see the fight, then you would demand he gets a fair share of the purse, like Porter was demanding a fair share. And Crawford, you push videos that you didn't. What? If you wanted to see the fight, you would demand he gets a fair share of the purse. Let me stop there. Outside the idiot, I cannot demand anything. I am not in on the negotiation. I don't represent Terence Crawford. How can I demand that he gets a fair share? How can I demand that? I don't work for him. I'm not involved in a negotiation. How can I demand that? If I wanted to see the fight, I would say, I don't give a fuck what you make. Sign the contract and let's push it. Next thing, he gets a fair share. Let's talk about fair share. What's a fair share? How do I know what do you mean fair share? I already told you. If that man got no money guaranteed, I would say, Bud, turn the fight down. How many times I got to tell you that? I said, if Bud is getting no money up front, don't take the fight. You believe that the PBC and HBO, Showtime, are so cheap that they are not going to give that man anything in a guarantee? No, I don't. Dude, if they're not going to give you any guaranteed money, don't take the fight. Go somewhere else. Do something else. I said that. You push for a fair share from Crawford. You push videos that didn't for that, didn't you? What? If you want to see the fight, then you would demand he gets a fair share of the purse, like Porter was demanding a fair share for Crawford. You push videos, did you? No, I did not ever put a video where I said I want Errol, I want Sean Porter to get a fair share. I never said that. I never said, well, I don't want to see this fight unless they pay Sean Porter the money he's asking for. I never said that. What I said was that pushing it to a mandatory means it's a 60-40 split. All I did is state the fact that he would be getting a 60-40 split because they forced it to purse bid. That's what I said. No, I'm not in the business of demanding money for fighters. I don't really care. Quite honestly, I don't really care. But I will tell you this. If you are getting no money up front, 35% of the net, and what was the other thing that they said? 35 and 40% of the net in the rematch, and I have to assume no guarantee in the rematch either, say no to the fight. If you feel like you have to have approval on every expense, and them giving you a forecast of their expense and agreeing to a target expense level for the fight, and just building that into your guarantee, building that into your cut from the gross, then don't make the fight because you don't trust them. You say you don't need them, go somewhere else, go fight somebody else. I'm saying the same thing to Errol. Hey, if you can't fight by November, go fight somebody else. Why? Because I want to see you fight. It's the exact opposite of what you're saying. I want to see a fight. No joke. I'll take Errol Staniansis. I've been waiting for Errol, Spence, and Terence Crawford for 4 years. I can wait another 6 months. I don't care about Undisputed. Errol does. I don't care about Undisputed. What difference does that make me? As a boxing fan, it doesn't make anything. Nothing. Doesn't make me any difference. If they tote 4 belts in there, 30 belts in there, Doesn't make a difference to me. I could care less about I could care less about undisputed. That's something they want. I already know that those are the two best welterweights outside of perhaps Jaron Ennis. And I just want to see those guys fight because I want to tell y'all, I want to talk about the fight actually happening. I'm a boxing fan, bro. I don't work for Errol. You guys can say all y'all want, but I don't work for Errol. He don't pay. What he eats don't make me shit. Same thing for Terence Crawford. What he eats don't make me shit. All I'm trying to tell you is this. If Bud says he's getting ripped off, walk away. If Errol is taking, if Bud is trying to, if he's going to take, if you have to go a whole year without a fight, Errol, fight. That's all I'm saying. If you guys are going to make the fight, make the fight. But you guys don't, all this stuff you guys are telling me, when you tell me something that's not true, and I don't even have to talk to anybody to know it's not true. Okay? I don't need proof. You tell me you saw a cow fly over the moon. I'm going to tell you, man, I don't need to see the videotape. You can show me a videotape literally of a cow flying over a moon. Dude, I don't care what that says. I don't believe that because a cow can't fly. And it damn sure can't fly over the moon. So you trying to tell me the guy that's still a guy signed a deal, but is still asking for more things in the deal that he agreed to terms, but he is still asking for additional terms. I'm going to tell you he didn't agree. And I'm going to tell you he didn't sign. And I don't need to talk to his attorney. I don't need to talk to Errol's attorney. I don't need to read I don't need any of that. Why? Because out of your mouth you said something that tells me you did not agree. And I can give you a very, very simple explanation of that in a real world situation. If I ask my son, hey, will you take the car and go down to the store and get me some peanut butter cups and some orange juice? And he says, I will if you give me $20. Did my son agree to go get me peanut butter cups and orange juice? Yes or no? The answer to that, my friends, is no. He did not agree to it because he asked for something else. He has an if in there. If. That means what his statement was before that was conditional. I will go if you pay me $20. Boy, I already pay your rent. I'm not paying you $20 to go drive 2 minutes to get me something. No. I pay your rent. I already gave you $20 for nothing yesterday. No. So guess what? He doesn't go to the store. So did he agree to terms with me? No, he did not. So let me compare. Let me help you guys who may be a little bit, some insult that you can imagine yourself, because I don't feel like making one up. If I say I will take all of this, I will take no money up front and 35% if you give me the right to approve all expenses related to the fight. Did I accept? No, I did not. If I did not accept, would I have signed? No, I would not have. And I told you, and I tell you this without having to talk to Bud. Why? Because it is how logic works. He did not agree to terms, and he did not sign the contract. Despite how many of you guys bumped your lips at me telling me that he did, and I was a hater and an Errol sexual, all because I know the definition of what, because I actually listened and thought about what Mike Coppinger said, which was exactly nothing. He said all material terms. Well, those you have a conditional statement in there. What is that? Material. What is a synonym for material? Relevant. All relevant terms. So you agreed to everything that they thought was important, relative to you or relevant to you or relevant to them, material to you or material to them. I don't know. Could mean either. All things that they think is important, we agreed to. But we didn't agree on some things that weren't important. Well, then you didn't agree. And supervision or approval, not just supervision, approval of expenses is a financial term. And it is a material financial term. So obviously, Mike Coppinger's report was wrong. They did not agree to all material terms, nor all financial terms. Why? Because he put a conditional in there, asked for something additional, which I personally think they know full well they're not getting. I believe they know full well they're not getting. And they're trying to conflate words, which is why I'm telling you I don't trust them. Because, and by not trusting them, I don't trust Mike Coppinger or Max Kellerman, because what they did is they conflated two terms. What does conflate mean? Conflate means to confuse them for each other or use two terms as if they're synonymous when they're not. They're not synonymous. They don't mean the same thing. Transparency is not the same thing as approval. You have transparency into government contracts. Transparency. If you're living in a state, you can file a Freedom of Information Act for information related to what your government is doing, and then you have the ability to get the information provided that for some reason public interest does not override your individual request for that information. That is transparency. To be able to see through something, right? Just like if you have a transparent wall, you can see the refrigerator. That doesn't mean you can walk through that wall and decide what goes in it. So when they conflated transparency with approval, I'm like, you're trying to play, you're playing a game on these guys that don't listen very much, as a lot of YouTube channels do. But now I realize that a lot of people are not doing this accident. They're not doing it on purpose. They're just doing it because they don't pay attention. And it's maybe a little bit of an intellectual snobbery on my behalf, asking for you guys to actually read every word that the man said so that they can stop conning you. He never agreed to that fight. And he dang sure never agreed to all material terms or all financial terms. So stop saying, when is Errol going to sign? They've not reached the signature stage of a negotiation, or the formalization of the agreement, rather. Zenith 360 said, just for perspective, Canelo brought 3 belts to the table in multi-sponsorships, didn't ask for all this shit. If this is true, anyone defending it is hating on the PBC. He wouldn't dare ask Bob if that. Dude, asking for that is telling me you probably don't want that fight. If you're serious. It's another video of Spence saying undisputed really doesn't mean that much because Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao, Trinidad, none of them guys were undisputed. So what? I maintain that to be true. I don't care. These guys undisputed. There's been a million undisputed champions. You're really not a champion unless you are. These guys are title holders. I don't care. And that's my opinion outside the box. I don't have to care. You can't believe you got fans that listen to your baloney. You just paid for mine. What are you talking about? You just paid me money to talk to me. You literally like what I have to say so much that you went in your pocket and gave me money. But you can't believe that people listen to this? Believe it. And thank you for your money. Believe it. Hold on one second, though. Baloney. I said baloney. You're a wild fella. Baloney. That's phony baloney. Hold on. Somebody deleted that? Hold on, man. I had to go. I want to go check that channel, bro. Hold on 1 second. Oh yeah, that's King. Yeah, dude, you come here every day, bro. You know, you come here every day, bro. You listen to me every day, man. And you can't, but you are so, I can't believe, well, I can because you do it every day, that you are so desperate to talk to me that you will continue make up names and act like you're somebody different, bro. You guys are hilarious, man. Now, I'm telling you the truth, bro. Uh Fanon works for Man Down Promotions. I'm not. You're king, bro. What are you talking about? You're RuPaul, brother. you, I don't doubt that you don't work for somebody because you ain't got nothing better to do. Yeah, that's King, bro. That's King. That's all that is. That's the same. That's the same dude. That's King. That's my biggest fan, King, bro. That's my biggest. That's my biggest fan. Is that boy in love with you, Fanon? Hey, man, I've been told you, Jay Miller. I've been told you. I'm telling you, man. It's because I'm pretty. It's because I look good in red. Because I look good in red. Because he likes my smile, and I look good in red. That's what that is, man. You know what I mean? They love it. But I'm just telling you the truth. I don't know what else to do. And if you do not believe anybody that I'm here at 9:53 in the morning. If you would like to disagree with me, bro, I was here all Saturday begging somebody to argue with me and tell me why I was wrong. And I can't understand why I can't get anybody to do it, despite all of you guys that make all these videos always trying to call me wrong all the time. Like, I don't understand, bro. You just can't even get it. Hey, Mo Precious said, Fanon, I'm starting to think King works for you. Nah, man, I'm sorry, bro. I mean, I got a good heart, bro, but I try to have a good heart, but bro, I can't tolerate incompetence. I can't tolerate incompetence, honestly, because he doesn't really pay attention to boxing, doesn't really think about what he's saying. Like this is nothing baloney. Literally, there's literally nothing baloney about this. Like this is so clean that when you're not going to find anybody that is going to be able to refute what I just said. I mean it. It was never signed and it was never agreed to. Errol was never in the position to sign something because they never agreed. He says, stop it. It's your skin tone. Got them all infatuated for the melanin. Yes, but it's the red. See, it's like warning. You know what I mean? You know what it is. Rickson said, Bud wants it. Errol wants it. The fight will happen. All we can do is wait. I'm going to tell you, bro. Bud wants it. Does Bud team really want it? Does Bomac really want it? I want to know if Bomac really wants it. I wonder just much about Bomac really wanting that fight as anything else. Yeah, because what you say it's just too much. And I mean it. Truly Israel says, salute Fanon. Where is everyone getting the information from Terence Crawford is asking for approval to call the shots in the fight? Mike Coppinger, is it the Mike Coppinger tweet? Yes. And the report and what he said on what he said on and what he said on what do you call it? On ESPN. He said approval. Dude, trust me, I was zoomed in on that. Because even transparency doesn't make sense to me. Hold on 1 second. You guys are dumb. I mean, you niggas are dumb. You guys are dumb. No, yeah, he did, brother. He said, yes, he did. They said approval of expenses, bro. Stop it. He said approval of expenses, man. Approval of expenses, partner. Approval of expenses.
Weeks ago, you reported that Terence Crawford and Spence was close to being made, but we still don't have a deal. What's the latest?
Anyway.
Max, we're getting further away than ever before. It was targeted for November 19th. I am told that it does happen now. We could push this into December or January. The issue, Max, I am told, is that there are disagreement in the contract over event expenses and basically transparency related to those expenses. Terence Crawford agreed to take the short end of the split and walk off with no guarantee. He wants to be able to just, have some transparency there related to it, since he's working off of the net revenue. And so far, if I'm able to clear this up, it feels like our game is holding up the deal right now. He advised Spence wants it, Crawford wants it, and for Crawford to agree to work off of just a first split shows you how bad he wants it, in my opinion. Hold on a second. You mean to tell me there's anyone who follows the way Hollywood or anything? There's no such thing as the net. It's all the growth. I mean, certainly if you don't have
Carpenter said approval of expenses and he ain't financing a dime. Look, watch this. He does not need that. Okay? He does not need that. Hey, Truth, what's your email? I have the tweet, brother. Don't worry about it, Truth Israel. Don't worry about it. I don't care. I know I heard it. I already know I heard it, bro. I know he said approval. Look, approval of expenses, brother, you don't need it. You just don't need it. You don't even need transparency into it. You don't need that. You just don't need it. You just don't need it. That's all. I mean, I don't even understand how you don't need it. You can negotiate. There is a workaround to that is very simple, man. You get paid. You agree to what their costs will be. And set a limit. That's it. That's easy. It's not. Dude, I heard approval, bro. They said approval. I'm not going to keep searching for it because I already know they did. Hey, what Deborah Booker said, I'm back on my feet. I will be in your chat as a regular usual. Just had to have surgery and everything is pretty well. Just wanted to know I really do appreciate your kindness. Thank you, Deborah Booker. Thank you, Deborah. Good to see you. Good to see you. Look. You do not need it. You don't need it, and they're not going to give it to you. It's not going to, you don't need it, and they're not going to give it to you. I don't even want to go into that again because I said it. Coppinger said it. I thought, man, he said it too. I've heard approval multiple times. But dude, you do not need approval or the Terence. You don't need either one. You don't need either one. And on top of it, if you need it, if you need it into the expenses, then you get it after the fact. You don't need approval. You don't. You just don't need it. And for these guys to act like you do, are you serious? You think, what's by the way, what's the difference if you got all kind of money up front? What's the difference? Let me point something else. Dude, truly, Israel, I've already heard it, bro. I'm not going to do it. I already heard it, man. I'm not going to listen to the edits. They said approval. I am not about to go through all this shit. I am not deaf. I heard the man say approval. You go around and wait till you find a copy of that whole thing where they said it. I'm not interested in it. The man said approval. I heard the man say approval. I heard the man say approval multiple times. Approval. I heard it. Okay? I heard it. I'm not interested in it. I've heard it. You do not need it. You do not need approval. Since Crawford will earn a percentage of the net revenue, he wants the ability to approve expenses. Jesus. I got it. Yeah, but I don't even want to do this shit. I hate when I have to tell you stuff. And no disrespect to you. But bro, I'm not making shit up, bro. But anyway, here we go. I will pull it up. I lose patience for this, and I don't mean to get on you, bro. I know what I know what I heard, bro. Truly Israel. Do you see that right there? It says, since Crawford will earn a percentage of the net revenue, he wants the ability to approve expenses, sources say. Do you see that? So you heard Max Kellerman. Max Kellerman was only going off what he read to Mike Carpenter, which never said that Rob, excuse me, Truly Israel, it's right there in front of you. Truly Israel, Eminem, much love in that super chat, brother, even though I do see you trolling me a little bit. But what's up? I appreciate that support, bro. Truly Israel, do you see that right there? First of all, let's start with this. Spence and Crawford had agreed to terms. No, they didn't. Not if this is true. Which Crawford was set to earn the short end of the financial sport. ESPN reported this earlier. Had agreed to terms. Obviously, that's not the case because of what you say below here. Crawford wants transparency related to event expenses since the contract contains no guaranteed purse. Why? What's the difference? Let's listen to the logic of this, man. What's the difference? If you're getting no guaranteed money or you are getting no guaranteed money, why wouldn't you want the same thing? That's why I don't believe people. Please explain to me. Exactly. The verbiage used is the same verbiage Bernie used. It came from Bernie. It came from the same source. However, can somebody please explain to me why you wouldn't want that regardless of whether or not you were getting a guarantee or not? Can somebody answer that question for me? He says he wants approval because he's not getting a guaranteed purse. What difference does it make? If you were getting a guaranteed purse, wouldn't you still want to see the approval? Wouldn't you still want the approval? Wouldn't the situation be the same? Can somebody answer that question for me? Just using your common sense. Using your common sense. That's up there. It says he wants ability to approve expenses. Approve expenses and transparency are not the same thing. Clearly, you need transparency to approve, but you don't need approval for transparency. He leads with transparency, but the issue is approval. Y'all should... I'm asking you a simple question. If it was you and you were getting $5 million guarantee and 35% of the back end. 35% of the net in the back end. You wouldn't want approval over the expenses? What's the relation between having no guarantee and wanting to see the expenses related to your pay-per-view? Can somebody explain to me why the guarantee has anything to do with how one thing has anything to do with the other? I don't see how one thing has anything to do with the other. Yeah, I am, Mr. Gonzalez. I am. That's why I say go fight somebody else. Had on let me get this butter on this coach, and we're getting ready to fight. What's that? But where are you truly, Israel? Because I'm like I said, I didn't want to get funky with you, but I showed they said it, bro. So you see that they said approval. There's no reason to have approval. None. You don't need it. To accomplish your goal, you don't need it. And on top of it, what does one thing have to do with the other? If you pay me $3 million guarantee, you shush him. Oh, yeah, don't shush him. He's super, man. That's a regular supporter. Truly Israel's my dude. Yeah, don't do that, man. Don't shush him, man. Please, not Truly Israel. My bad, Truly Israel. What's the difference? You can tell me you made $2 million when you really made 30. That's why he wants transparency. I don't get your logic because you didn't understand the question, Jason Grant. I said, why, if you were getting $5 million guaranteed and 30%, 35% of the net pay-per-view, couldn't they still steal from you out of the pay-per-view? Don't you have the same risk? Whether you're getting $1 million guaranteed, $5 million guaranteed, $2 guaranteed. Wouldn't you still want to know? Wouldn't you still want to know what they're spending their money on in the pay-per-view? Yes or no? Yes or no? That's a yes or no question for you. I'm telling you, if you guys don't understand, I'm okay with explaining. I have no problem explaining. If you get $5 million guaranteed and you get 35% net, that money is still the same money. If you get $5 million in a guarantee and you stand to make $10 million on the back end, right? For the pay-per-view. That $10 million is $10 million with or without the guarantee. It's still $10 million. Isn't it? Because you got your guarantee. You got your guarantee. That's not related to the pay-per-view. It's a guarantee. They're totally separate things. They're totally separate things. So why would you care for it in one instance and not the other? You would care for it in both scenarios. It's still your money. If he gets $1 million, how much is the pay-per-view going to be? If he earns $10 million, if 35% of the net winds up being $10 million, what is 35% of the net of it? What is $10 million? How much is $10 million worth if you get no guarantee? It's worth $10 million. How much is $10 million worth if you get a $5 million guarantee? It's worth $10 million. So any way you cut it, that's still $10 million. Right? Right. Right. So why would it make a difference? You would want the same thing in both scenarios.
right? There's no relation between the guarantee and your pay-per-view net revenue as far as your need to see expenses or approve expenses. It makes no difference. It's still $10 million unless you're just being loosey-goosey with your money and saying, oh, well, I made $5 million. I don't care if you steal from me now. That's what you're trying to convince me of. That, oh, it's okay to steal from me if I get $5 million up front. You can steal as much of this next $10 million as you want because I got $5 million up front. But if I don't get anything up front, oh, I'm not going to allow you to steal from me out of this $10 million. No, you're not going to allow somebody to steal $10 million from you, whether or not you got a penny or you got $1 billion out of that guarantee. The only thing that a guarantee will get you is saying I don't need anything on the back end. If you give me $100 million up front, I don't even need a back end. It's not logical that you would care for it in one situation and not care for it in another situation. So that's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense. And on top of it, you don't even need it. Because all you need to do is say, look, how much do you anticipate your expenses being? We expect it to be about 10% of the gross. Okay, great. If it's 10% of the gross, now give me 35%. Give me 35% of that 90. Okay? So when you give your gross receipts, when you get your gross revenue in, I need to know what the gross revenue is. When I see the gross revenue, say the gross revenue is $100 million, is $100 million, or 110. It makes it easy. Say it's $110 million is your gross revenue. All right, so you said it's $110 million in gross. You said 10% of that was going to be your cost. That is $11 million. That leaves $99 million, of which I get 35%. So you multiply $99 million times 0.35 equals $34.6 million. Give me my $34.6 million. Why? Because we already agreed that you're going to have that the gross, you're going to take 10% out of the gross off the top, because that's your cost. That's what you forecasted your cost to be. Guess what? I don't care if you spend them on bubble gum. I don't care if you bought $25 million. I don't care if you bought a $25 million towel. I don't care. As long as I get the gross receipt, as long as I get the gross revenue, as long as you tell me the gross revenue and I got a calculator and I can multiply 110 and as long as I know what 10% of that is, which is easy, that's $11 million. And then I can subtract $11 million from which is your cost that we agreed to, from that $111 million, which gives us $99 million. That is, I guarantee you, third or fourth grade mathematics. After that, you're going to multiply it times 0.35, because that's how you get 35%. And that's $34.67 million. Right? So why do you need to know why do you need approval of that 11%? You don't. Because if they screw it up and they go and it winds up being 14%, you don't have to, it doesn't matter. That's out their end. That's out of their end because they spent too much money. We agreed to 10. You spent 14. That's on you. That's not on me. So you don't need the approval. You just need the gross receipts. You just need the receipts for the gross revenue, and you need to agree to what their expenses will be. The total percentage associated with their expenses, and they can forecast that. And it's then up to them. It's up to them to manage their expenses. Do you know who does this? Businesses every day that contract with you on what they call a fixed bid. A fixed bid. What's a fixed bid? A fixed bid is saying, I'm going to pay you X amount of money to get this done. You have to include all of your expenses in your calculation. But you're going to tell me how much I have to pay for you. And it's all inclusive. Right? So why? So I don't have to oversee your expenses. So you don't have to send me receipts for everything you do. And guess what? If you manage your money better, if you come in better in your costs, right? Then you anticipated, you make money. But if you come in if you overrun your budget, you still owe me my product. And that's on you. That puts the duty of the project management of a project on them and not on you. Why would Terence Crawford want to take the burden of the project management of a boxing match and put it on himself with requesting approval of expenses? That is poor management. It doesn't make sense. And it's nothing that anybody is going to approve. Because now you have you actually add administrative overhead to that. Because now you have to hire somebody and take their time to literally play liaison between you and Terence Crawford. People do these in contracts every day. This is not complex stuff. He does not need approval. And truth be told, he doesn't even need transparency. That's a waste of his time. He needs to know what they set the expense budget at. He needs a line item out of their profit and loss statement. That's what he needs. Okay? And he would need that whether he got $10 million guaranteed or whether he got $30 million guaranteed. That is basic project management. That's basic business. Well, that's project management. And guess what? A boxing match is a project. You have to coordinate all kind of people doing all kind of different things, different tasks. You got to get certain tasks done by certain times, reach certain milestones. You have to budget and appropriate costs. You have to have all of those things laid out in order to know that you are going to run that project or boxing match efficiently. And it's inefficient to add another layer of approval over expenses. When you can do what? You can do essentially let them negotiate with them about what the cost is going to be. Right? There's also things called a cost plus contract. Okay, what's your cost going to be? Okay, this is your cost. Now we're going to add a percentage of profit onto your cost. That's called a cost plus. That's called cost plus. There's all kind of ways that you can run the finances of a project without adding onerous and duplicative processes like approval expenses. It's not necessary, and I don't believe it. And somebody tell me that I'm lying about what I just explained. That's not baloney. That's for real. They are going to have a line item for that. You just need to know what the line item is and come up to an agreement about it. Anyway, thank you for the shout out. You really made my day. God bless you. Now, God bless you as well. Thank you so much for that support. Zenith 360 said, PBC deal so bad, but Bud staying in negotiation doesn't make any sense, bro. Give who a wrench, bro? Oh, you talking about Truly? Yeah. Oh, no worry about it. Yeah, I got Truly Israel. Next time I see Truly Israel, I'll give him oh, there he is. I'll get Truly Israel for sure. Young billionaire in the building. What's going on, brother? Kid the Great in the building said, fam, every superhero has an arch enemy. Yours is king. It's hilarious when you figure him out. It's him in the chat. But he always buys a super chat. Yeah, man, King is funny with that, bro. Jeffrey Dillon says, salute for now. You working today, bro. I mean, seriously, brother, this is, I'm telling you the truth, okay? It doesn't make any sense, bro. It doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make sense. It didn't make sense when I heard it from Bernie. It doesn't make sense when I hear it from Mike Coppinger. It just doesn't make sense. From a business point of view, it doesn't make sense. They're just feeding you what Bud Crawford's team wants you to hear. That is media relations, is what that is. It's not a serious report about what's going on, bro. It's not. Otherwise, even in the way that he phrased things, it was very clear. He said, and then guess what they're doing? They're treating it as if what they said was true. And now this is a new development. No, what you were saying before wasn't true. Oh, this fight was done, but now you're saying it's not done. What happened? What happened was I was wrong. Is what was happening. What happened was I was wrong. He said they want us to believe a company with a track record of being fair is suddenly offering slave contracts, and the problem is not the one person always hard to do business with, so ignore patterns. Exactly, bro. And let me tell you what is hard to do business with, Zenith 360. Somebody asking you for approval of expenses, bro. Southside Don said, yes, expenses are the same. Yeah, they're the same. The expenses are the same whether or not you get guaranteed money or not. It literally is irrelevant. And they're using something that's irrelevant as a justification for doing something that's administratively nonsensical at the same time. That is what you call that's called being difficult to work with. Hey, bud, you know you really don't need this, right? Yes, I do. I need to approve it. Bro, you don't need that. You don't need it. You don't need it. Why don't you need it? Because, man, you care about how much money you're going to make, right? Isn't that what you care about? How much money you're going to make? If you're asking to micromanage the expenses so that you can so 35% can be the most it can possibly be, we can't make this fight. Because we're not going to allow you to micromanage us. Right? That's called micromanagement. When you want to approve every dime that's spent, so you can make them justify whether or not they could get it for cheaper or not. Bro, they're not going to agree with that, man. They're going to tell you, no, brother. First of all, we're not going to do that for you because we're not going to do that for anybody else ever. We're never going to do that with anybody. Never. So if that's the holdup on the fight will never happen. I mean it. If that fight, because first of all, how is Steven Espinoza going to justify that to his bosses? That he signed approval over HBO expenses away to Terence Crawford. That they can't do what they want to do unless Terence approves it. Dude, that is the epitome of being hard to work with. Okay? That is the epitome of being hard to work with. Jamal Robinson said a bad business practice would be for PBC to lose all them belts. I mean, it would not be good, but it's nothing like this. Hunter Young said approval of expenses. Does that mean he gets to make a decision on 2-ply versus 1-ply in the restrooms? If you directly associate that with the cost to the fight, yes. Yes. Absolutely it does. And I'm not joking. Let me tell you what it means. It means let me give you an example of expenses that he would have to approve. Steven Espinoza wants to go, where does he live, in LA? Say the fight is in LA. The fight's in Vegas, right? And Steven Espinoza wants to go from his house to the casino in Las Vegas to talk with, in person, the casino guys. Say it costs Steven Espinoza $400 to fly from Vegas from LA to Vegas. That's an expense related to the marketing of the pay-per-view. Travel, right? Also, Brian Custer. If Brian Custer wants to go fly, I don't know where he lives, but say he wants to go to training camp with Terence Crawford in Colorado, and he has to fly, say he's in New York, or better yet, say he's in New York, and he has to fly from New York to Dallas to interview Errol Spence Jr. in his gym. And he has to buy a lunch. He has to get a hotel room. He has to buy a lunch, and he has to get a rental car. And he needs to fly his assistant there too for the cameras. All of those things have to be approved by Terence Crawford before he does it. So Steven Espinoza has to have somebody call Terence Crawford's camp and approve Brian Custer flying from New York to Dallas to interview Errol, because that is directly associated with the pay-per-view, with the production costs of the pay-per-view. He would have to approve that. Now, see, you got guys, I saw Michael Buffer being cute and say, well, yeah, I've seen some of these expenses, like somebody wanted to eat some pretzels and a pop. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. People want to buy lunch when they go somewhere that their boss sends them. Yes. That's an expense, you dumbass. You have to pay for it. You have to pay for it. You can be cute if you want, but you have to pay for it. If you send somebody to interview someone, film something, they have to eat lunch. They have to sleep somewhere. They have to get from one place to another. They may actually have to use, if it was the old day, they may have to use a pay-per-view. And they'd have to use a payphone. Right? You're going to say that Bud has to approve all of those things? How quickly do you think fight's going to take to get made when you add that amount of time? Just the amount. Skip the negotiation that every time you do it, the negotiation that may have to take place. Because Bud says, no, I don't approve that. You cannot go speak. That costs $5,000. No, you can't do it. Well, how much can we spend, Bud? I don't know. Come back to me for less money. I'll be here. And then you go back and okay, it's not $5,000 now it's $3,500. Let me call him again. But I'm sorry, Bud's not available. He's out on a date with his wife. He'll be back tomorrow morning. Oh shit. Well, now if I don't buy this plane ticket right now, the price is going to skyrocket, because the longer it goes, the more the price goes up. Oh, let me just buy it. Well, I didn't approve it. You can't do that. That we're not going to count that cost. Dude, that's stupid. Okay, it's just stupid. It's not efficient. It's stupid. Okay, it's stupid. And you know it's stupid. So stop acting like that's not stupid. He need to know all of this. No, you do not. Okay? No, you do not. If you want to buy a phone and you're going to say, hold on, I'm not going to buy this phone if I don't have it. How much did you pay for this case? How much did you pay? Silly. You know what I'm saying? The request alone is sabotaging the fight. Dude, seriously, they'll never. If you stand on that, you'll never get the fight done. The fight will not happen if you stand on that. Does everybody understand? Put a 1 in the chat if you understand why I say that's ludicrous. And highly unlikely to be a real issue. It makes no sense to ask for. He said, not in your league. Keep repeating the troll. Yeah, dude, this is not necessarily common sense. But approval of expenses is significantly different than transparency. And again, you do not even need the transparency. You don't even need it. You don't need it. Because what does that do? You're going to go line item by line item, a line item of everything that they expense and calculate it. And when all you have to do is say, hey, man, what do you think your expenses are going to be? How much you think it's going to cost you to do that? That's how I negotiate stuff. When somebody comes and mows your lawn, do you ask them what gas station they went to? What gas station are you? How much is it going to cost to mow your lawn? I'll do that for. I'll mow your lawn for $100. Okay, but no, I know you need to tell me how much it's going to cost you to mow the lawn, and I need to approve every dime that you've spent necessary to mow my lawn. Okay, and after you do that, then I'm going to pay you time. Then I'm going to pay you an amount by the minute. But I'm going to approve whether or not I think that I'm going to sit out there and watch you. And if you sneeze and wipe your nose, that's 10 seconds off. It's not a bad analogy. It's called micromanagement. God in the trap. It's not. I'm not doing an. Excuse me. I'm not giving you an analogy, direct analogy. I'm giving you an example of micromanagement and where you would realize that you don't do that. Okay? I'm giving you an example of micromanagement that you would never do. You would never ask somebody coming to mow your lawn how much they're spending on the gas. What you're getting is a mowed lawn. You're setting how much you're going to pay for it, and you're setting a standard. If you don't mow a section, you can go and look at it when it's done and be like, hold on, man, you missed all this section behind the tree. Will you do this? Hey, you didn't clip my tree. Well, that wasn't included. How much extra would you charge me to clip your tree? I don't know, $10. Right? That's how you do it. That's how you do it. You're not going to get into all of that detail because it's going to make them not want to do business with you. They'll be like, look, dude, everybody hating on Bud when he win, y'all become fans, bro. People have been fans. It's more like a truck driver owning a truck and wanting a statement to monitor the profits. No, it's nothing like that. You're monitoring the profits. You want to monitor the profit. He's trying to monitor the expense. That's the exact opposite. God in the trap. You want a stadium. If you want a statement, that's fine. That's a statement. That's a statement. That's not approval. That's a statement. However, if I was a truck driver and I said we're going to monitor profits, I would do it like this if you could get it. What costs are you going to have related to this? It's 10%. Okay, if it's 10%, cool. You agree to 10%. Then all you need to know is the revenue. You don't need the expenses. If you're getting a report and they're telling you these are the line items and you review the line items to verify it, that's fine. If you want to verify the line item costs, but you don't want approval of them, but you don't even need that. If you agree to a set amount. And also, if you're talking about one trip, dude, that's a lot less moving parts in that scenario than you're talking about a multi-billion-dollar corporation and putting on a fight like that. You don't need it. You don't need it. Now if Terence Crawford could do it, yeah, I'm sure he would. Let me approve every dime you spend. They're not going to let them do that. They're not going to. Why? Because you're not going to run me raggedy. First of all, you're not going to run me raggedy. However, if you want to know what the expenses are, or how about just old-fashioned audit? Oh, the right to audit after the fact, dude, that's too much like right, bro. However, a truck driver has a lot less moving parts. What do you have? Your gas? But I've read your truck driving. Trust me, I've read deals when truck drivers, they will rob you blind out there. They will rob you blind. I don't need to know all your expenses. I need for you to set your expenses. I don't need specific expenses. That's how you're getting robbed. Asking for them to give you a list of expenses after the fact. No, I'm going to drive this truck from here to here. Of the revenue that's earned, how much are you going to assign towards? How much are you going to assign towards your costs? Give me a percentage. And then you can debate about the percentage. And when you come down to that percentage, then you don't have to go through the rest of that. All you need to know is how much money they collected. And then multiply your percentage that you're going to get. Subtract that 10% from the revenue, and then you multiply point whatever percentage it is that you're going to get of that revenue. And then you don't have to be, they can't upsell you. They can't be like, well, you know, they don't have variable, then there's no variable costs that you have to watch. It's much easier and it's much easier to administrate. And on top of it, it gives them it gives them an incentive to come in under budget. Okay, let's talk about that aspect of it. By going with the percentage and having them tell you the percentage that they have to work towards, it incentivizes them to spend less money. Doesn't it? Because that means, okay, he's getting 10%, but man, if we agreed to 10%, but if we come in at 8, then we get an extra 2%. Let's watch our costs. However, if you don't have a percentage and you're talking about the actual cost, then it could be an incentive them to run up the costs and to buy things from their cousin and to overprice things, right? Because to manufacture, when you're dealing with it like that, that's why you want to set it. You set it. You know what I mean? But you probably don't know what I mean. But every time that I've negotiated these deals, that's what people look for, bro. Trust me, that's how they look at it. They say, what are your costs going to be? And give me that as a percentage of the revenue that you expect. That comes right off of what they call a P&L. You take that percentage and you agree that that's what their target is. And if they don't live up to that target, that's on them. You're still going to get your percentage. Self-hate is a real thing. I don't hate. I mean, I guess it is. What's that got to do with anything, bro? Bud, no, these idiots. That's smart for now. They just trolls. Yeah, I mean, dude, don't believe that. Do not believe that is the holdup. Okay. All right. I'm going to say, do not believe that that's the holdup. That Bud is asking for something that he doesn't even need. Bud has no guarantee. I look at it like he's left with, dude, it doesn't make a difference. Guarantee or no guarantee does not have anything to do with your percentage of that pay-per-view. They have nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. Nothing. Those are two completely separated. God in the Trap, those are two separate issues. Virtually unrelated issues. Q Lee said, all of this started when Errol came out and said he's fighting November 17th with or without Bud. Then all the fire sales started. Yep, exactly. That's how that went down. And Zenith360 said, Bud's manager has an exclusive deal with the PBC rival, Top Rank, who tried to use courts to see PBC books years ago. Damn, you're right. No coincidence. Same manager has financial incentive to sabotage the Manny fight. Hey, man, you going hard on the paint on Bomac. Look, this is the last time I'm going to explain this. Okay? Bud has no guarantee. I look at it as he's eating the leftovers and the practicing portion control so that there's something in the fridge in the morning. Incorrect. You're thinking that in an incorrect fashion. What difference does it make if he has a guarantee or not, to whether or not he wants to know how much money comes from the pay-per-view. Right? The guaranteed pay-per-view, the pay-per-view money doesn't have anything to do with the guarantee. They're not related. If he had a $5 million guarantee, he would still want to know about the pay-per-view. It would have the same effect on him. Same effect. Right? Doesn't make a difference. If you get $10 million from the guarantee and you stand to earn $10 million on the pay-per-view, if you got $1 million guaranteed, you still, same number of people are still buying the fight. More people are not going to buy the pay-per-view. You telling me that none of his other fighters guaranteed pays? Dude, I'm telling you that that first of all, I don't even believe he's not getting one. But I'm telling you that the guarantee has nothing, the guaranteed revenue has nothing to do with the pay-per-view revenue. They're two entirely different things. The guaranteed money is what the network is paying you for showing up. The pay-per-view is a percentage of what people buy, of what people at home, the number of people that buy the pay-per-view. If he gets a $5 million guarantee and nobody buys a pay-per-view, how much is his guarantee? Quiz. God in the trap, because I'm going long, brother. If Bud has a $5 million guarantee and 0 people buy the pay-per-view, how much money does he make from his guarantee? $5 million. Thank you very much. So, is his pay-per-view related to the guarantee? Yes or no? No, it's not related. Why? Because no matter how many people buy the pay-per-view, he's going to get $5 million in guarantee. Right? It's not related. Go the other way. If he makes 0, which I don't believe, guaranteed, and he makes and 500 billion people buy the pay-per-view, how much is this guarantee paying him? 0. Once again, the guarantee and the pay-per-view revenue are not connected. They're not related. If you get $5 million guarantee and you get $10 million for pay-per-view revenue, how much is your pay-per-view revenue? It's $10 million. If you get $0 in guarantee money and you get $10 million in the pay-per-view, how much is your pay-per-view revenue? $10 million. There is no relation between his guaranteed money and his pay-per-view money. So the idea that because he isn't getting upfront money has anything to do with him wanting approval of expenses in the pay-per-view comes off as bullshit to me. Because if he was getting $2 million, he would still want to know what the costs are associated with that $10 million. He has the same need relative to the $10 million. That's why I'm saying, Bernie the Boxer, y'all got to think your excuses better. You got to think through your excuses a little better. Most of your money is going to come through the pay-per-view either way. Either way. Most of your money is going to come on the pay-per-view. Either way. The promoter network provides guaranteed 35%. No guaranteed purse is from a pay-per-view revenue. It's not that complicated, and it is exactly why I don't believe the rumors. Bro, I don't believe that nonsense at all. They have to show because the people that are sharing it have been wrong about everything else. If nothing else, I don't believe you because you've been wrong about everything else. You said the fight was in October. It wasn't in October. You said it was in November. It wasn't in November. You said all material terms were agreed to. All the material terms were not agreed to. All of those things that you said were not true, but now I'm going to believe this. When, by the way, I heard this from Bernie the boxer a month ago. No, whenever the date was that you gave that information, that was the same date Bernie said all of this. Bernie and Bomac. T. Thrank said, you've been talking about the same thing, basically bashing Bud for 3 hours. No, I'm not bashing Bud. I'm bashing your stupidity. First of all, for 2 hours and 46 minutes, I've been talking about the same subject. And I've not bashed Bud one time. How is basic finance bashing somebody? I have not bashed on that man one time. You guys are crybabies because you wanna blame Errol for some shit that sounds ridiculous. Because you want to bash. I'm sorry I'm getting in the way of you blaming Errol for everything. I'm sorry I'm getting in the way of you blaming everything on Al Heyman. Based on something a guy who everything he's told you has been wrong. Anthony Ford said, Bud is funny. Spence is ducking him. Spence been collecting belts from the best and told Crawford next. All of a sudden, he's a duck. Dude, that tweet is, they said that tweet is 2 years old. He said that tweet is 2 years old. I saw that tweet is 2 years old. Okay, aerosexual. Okay, aerosexual. Sticks and stones. Hey, the smartest guy. Hey, look what the smartest guy in the room has to say. Okay, aerosexual. I gotta check you, bro. I gotta check you at the door, bro. Sorry. I gotta check you at the door. There's only anything below the 80 IQ, I gotta check. I gotta do a check. Because I want to make sure you're not putting this on somebody else's name, bro. Hold on, man. Oh, you actually have some subscribers? What the hell? Who the hell listen to you? Oh, yeah, you ain't put up nothing in a year, bro. Dutch, Scared, Cameras, Mitfits. Oh, you're a musician or something? Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah. You're fun. Okay, aerosexual. That. Yeah, you got to get out of here, partner. See you later, bro. Okay. I just had to try to check, bro. I'm gonna still throw you out, just so you know. But man, Spence the blame. He literally said he makes financial decisions, who he fights. So why he don't go along with Al Heyman's plan after telling, man, whatever, bro. You trying to moonwalk back in time now. Okay, no thank you on the moon back. You want to take the conversation. What's that ODB long? Back to 97. ODB, ain't this an old dirty bastard be like that? All right, y'all, we're going to take this back to 87. Y'all trying to take that conversation. You trying to take that conversation back to 2020. He said, damn, who the hell listen to you? I mean, dog, that shit right there, bro. Man, come on, bro. You got to stop with the dude. You'll never dent me with that, bro. You'll never dent me with that, bro. I'm still going through. We said I'm still going to throw you out, though. Oh, yeah, I'm still throwing his ass out. But because, it is what it is. Nah, that's not King. That's somebody else, bro. Okay, Errol saying, let's take this back to 79. Yeah. Let's take this back to 79. Y'all trying to take it back to 79, bro. Yeah, y'all funny, bro. Let's take it back to 79. Y'all trying to go back and talk about what Errol said back in 1874. Dude wasn't even born, bro. That was 28 years ago, man. He's a late 80s baby. He's like a 1984 baby or something like that. Hey, Farnham said, Fanon, please shout out my brother, 4-time national boxing champion, Bobby Harris Jr. in the building. Shout out to the 4-time national boxing champion, Bobby Harris. Much love in that chat. Much love. Thank you for that support. You got one more time to lie, and we're going to have fun turning your goofy ass out. Timing your goofy ass out, bro. Steven Espinosa in an article where he said he doesn't release pay-per-view buys unless it's record-breaking, 2.5 million or better. So all this stuff is being leaked. Nah, that's not what he said. He said he doesn't release the pay-per-view. He doesn't release pay-per-view numbers. The only time that he released a pay-per-view number was when the UFC exaggerated a Showtime pay-per-view number, and he had to release it because he said we can't do that. Because they said it was $6 million, 6 million pay-per-views, and Steven Espinosa was mad because he said, look, Dana White, we can't do that. We're publicly traded. We can't make up numbers. And he released the actual number so that they didn't get any trouble for basically putting out false information, because Showtime is a part of a publicly traded institution. That's what I'm saying. I already know what that is. They don't release them, period. It's a publicly traded institution. Even just telling you, bro, you out here making shit up. Don't do it, bro. We've been here a long time. But look, I got to get out of here. Much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat. With that, I'll catch y'all later. Deuces. And thank you guys so much again for the support, man. It really does mean a lot. I'm out. Peace.